According to a new poll, many Americans are concerned about the state of democracy and the outcome of the next presidential election.
87% of Democrats and 54% of independents surveyed say a second Trump term would negatively affect U.S. democracy. For Republicans, 82% believe democracy would be weakened by another Biden win, with 56% of independents agreeing. About 2 in 10 U.S. adults say democracy in the U.S. is already so seriously broken that it doesn't matter who wins the 2024 presidential election. Donna Warder, Washington.
Germany's parliament has approved plans to raise the country's levy on carbon dioxide emissions from fuel by more than previously planned next month. The move is part of a deal to resolve a budget crisis. The CO2 price rise will be to €45 or about $49 per ton. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder, and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm, I'm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Foggy Friday.
Oi then, Gov. You all right?
Storm's coming. Yeah.
It's not even so much that the fog is there and that it's thick. It's freezing fog.
It is. It's Chile.
So, it's like frozen water fog.
Yeah.
So it's like hits your windshield, it then crystallizes on your windshield.
Yeah.
Or let me rephrase it, on my windshield.
Yeah. I for the first time in the season, I used the defrost setting.
Oh, yeah?
On the Coche de Miguel. Yeah.
So luckily, I had the good old-fashioned window scraper.
I thought you had one from, like, Temu.
No, I never ordered one of those.
I thought you had, like, a...
I'm sort of past my Temu addiction. I might go back one of these days, but it's harder and harder to justify. Like I said, I call the service 1 in 10, because like 1 in every 10 products you order is going to be worth it.
I was just thinking for some reason you had, like, showed me one time. Like,
maybe
a mitten or something that was a scraper or something.
I've gotten weird stuff like that in the past. Oh, I got a car vacuum cleaner, but no, that by the way didn't work.
It sucked.
No, I'm afraid if I bought an ice scraper from Temu, it would just apply more ice to the window.
Well, that'd be good for parties.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't need ice. I got my Temu ice scraper. It makes ice.
It makes ice. Watch. See there? Yeah. Totally useless.
Well, yeah, it is foggy out there, so if you go out and about, be careful.
Yeah, give yourself plenty of time to get wherever it is you're going. Keep an eye on the sides of the road. Be aware of people who are crossing, because like I said, not 5 feet in front of me I could see.
And I'll remind everyone of that thing they taught us in driver's ed. Or at least they taught me in my driver's ed. I don't know about y'all's driver's ed, but my driver's ed, they said never use your high beams in the fog.
Try it. See what happens.
Yes.
See? See? Sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, don't do that again.
Reflects back in your face. So don't do that. And just be careful. Get some time out there. People are going to act accordingly. So, they're going to drive slower. And so everyone act accordingly. Because people, especially now the kids are going to be getting on the buses, the bus stops and all that this morning. Just be careful.
Yeah, and to the dude who was tailgating me this morning, yes, I was going 25 miles an hour. I also couldn't see.
We'll all get to where we need to get to, just a little car.
Yeah. Just a
And
little-
of course,
little
if you
later.
got to travel outside of the town, as I always do in this time of year, NM Roads.
Yep.
Download the app or go to the website, nmroads.com, and you can see the entire state of New Mexico map and if there's any hazardous driving conditions or, for that matter, road construction. It'll tell you all about that on your journeys there. So nmroads.com.
Let's
or
see what we're looking at here.
download the NM Roads app for your smart telephones. It's a good tool. While he's doing that, I will thank our sponsors for Friday. Thank you to the fine folks at McDonald's. I invite you to get out there and swing by McDonald's to get your tackling fuel to get your day going. Download the app and utilize it. It is your friend. I tried to use it yesterday, but that's when they had a power outage downtown. And so it kind of told me, like, yeah, we're going to take your order, but I don't know if something happened. And fortunately, it refunded my money. So
That's good.
all good. But yeah, we had a power outage downtown. I'd say from about Nimmy on North Main, heading north to right around McDonald's. Right about there is where we had a power outage, and you may have noticed the traffic lights being out midday yesterday.
It was
in the afternoon.
pandemonium downtown.
So I know by the time I got off work around 4-ish, the lights were back up. But I'll be honest, none of the restaurants or stores around that area looked like they were functioning. Like there was no cars in the parking lots and things, so it was a little ominous. But it's like 4:00 on a Thursday. Why is nobody out here?
It's like the apocalypse.
But so I'm assuming that all got rectified. There was a transformer, I think, that caught
Right
fire
behind
or
the
something.
cattle barn, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I hear tell. But anyway, big thank you to McDonald's. Download the app, utilize it. It is your friend. Of course, they now have the McCurwan, or what do they call it? McCurwan Frost?
Kerwin Frost meal. Yes.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, I thought it was an M.
It's
It's in like a weird font.
Right. Is his name Kermit? No, Kerwin Frost. And with it, you get, and this is a lunch deal, but it's a 10-piece or a Big Mac, fries, and a drink. And you also get one of the little McNugget buddies.
Yes, the collectible Kerwin Frost Nugget Buddy.
Which I'm shooting for the one that looks like Kerwin Frost. Got the big old top hat on.
Now, here's where I'm a little stupid. Who's Kerwin Frost?
No idea. I think he's an NBA player. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have no idea who Kerwin Frost is.
I just like saying the name like I know who he is. I have
he
no
must
idea.
be known for McNuggets.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe he's a rapper. I'm not sure.
I don't know who Kerwin Frost is.
Kerwin Frost is a Harlem-born entertainer, DJ, talk show host, and comedian.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go. I thought he was a basketball player, but he didn't look tall enough to be, so I wasn't sure.
I'm a 50-year-old man who's out of touch of many pop culture things, so please excuse my naivete.
He's most well known for his work in fashion and music. That's according to McDonald's.
Well, you see me dress. You know my music. There's a reason why I don't know this man.
He's, according to IMDb, he's also a comedian, entertainer, DJ, interview talk show host, and, quote, style maven.
Whoa. That's a job?
That's a job, apparently. Hi, style maven. Sean Smalls, trendsetter. How you doing?
Yeah.
What do you do I set trends. I dress weirdly so that preteens and 20-somethings want to follow it.
Various maven duties. Okay. Well, anyway, get his nuggets.
Yeah.
Big thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
And I invite you, and don't forget, use that app. It's your friend. Earn reward points. I'm telling you, you get free food, and it's amazing. But I don't use my points because of those deals. The deals get me every time. They always have that 20% off deal, which it fits everything I want.
And the beauty is, when you use the deals, you're just accruing more points.
I know. So that's why I got baller points. That's
right.
why I've got 30-some thousand points, because I use the deal every time. And one of these days, I wish you could bequeath them. Like just the season of giving. I'd bequeath them to people.
It would be cool if you could leave them in your will.
Yeah. I'd be the Oprah thing, and you get McDonald's points, and you get McDonald's. I would do that.
I've known Mike for 25 years, and all I got was 10,000 McDonald's points. I'm going to go grieve into a large fries.
Hey, maybe when I die, we'll have one of those will reading meetings where I'll bequeath my points
There you
to
go.
people, and it'll be I want it just like that.
Just piece it out, though. Like
in an office with lots of mahogany and.
To his lovely wife, Kim, he bequeaths 6,000 points.
That's good enough for a.
That's anything on the menu.
Yeah. You can get anything, including the quarter pounder with cheese.
Full-blown Happy Meal. That's a meal. And a toy.
I only got enough points for a sundae. But big thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
If I need to make my will to have that. In the reading of my will, I want my McDonald's points bequeathed at the lawyer's office. Preferably in a lawyer's office with lots of wood and mahogany.
Right.
And lots of degrees and things on the wall.
They just bring a thing in that smells of mahogany.
I'll leave it up to you on the smoking jacket. All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to replay our interview this hour. We had the folks from Church on the Move join us yesterday, Pastor Troy and Pastor Sean. They're doing a big food giveaway this Sunday. They've got their Christmas services coming up. They've got a lot going on during the Christmas holidays. So we'll interview for you here in just a few. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Chaves County Manager Bill Williams scheduled to join us, fill us in on the highlights from the last county commission meeting and other things happening in and around Chaves County. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had with Janine Best with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. She joined us on Wednesday to give us the rundown for next Wednesday's monthly Chaves County Federated Republican Women party or meeting. This month it's a Christmas party. Santa will be there, and they're going to have pictures with Santa. They're going to have it's a big party, fun and Christmas foods and just celebratory. No, not so much talking this time, just partying. But that'll be Wednesday, and so we talk about that and just talk about the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, and then I get on a soapbox and all that good stuff. So. We'll play that for you about 9:15.
All I could think is when you said big party was McClintock. Big party, no whiskey.
I can't speak on the whiskey.
It's BYOF. Bring your own flask.
I know nothing. I see nothing. I hear nothing.
You know they will.
But anyway, so we'll play that interview for you here about 9:15. And, of course, we'll have all of your other features that include the newses of the local and national variety, along with your Wall Street business updates and whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go see what we're in store for the weather. I think we're done. We're done with the rain.
Outside. It's like lifted.
Yeah. The sun is out. The fog is pretty much gone.
But it just come in an hour later.
Yeah.
Everything would have been fine.
Yeah, an hour ago it was thick as pea soup out there with the fog, but now it looks pretty clear out my window. But I'm guessing in some lower lying areas you're still dealing with that. But here is, for your listening pleasure, your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our weekend looks pretty good. Low pressure is headed out of the area. We do have a cool high pressure system moving in from the central Rockies. That'll keep us in the upper 50s on the afternoon high today. We should get lots of sunshine though. Wind will be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear and cold, upper 20s to about 30, and then sunshine and 60 on Saturday. A little warmer Sunday, mid 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 31 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 92%. Winds are calm at the moment, which is kind of a nice change. Yes, the rain is going, and the fog will be rolling out soon if it hasn't already in your area. They say the patchy freezing fog should linger till about 8 o'clock this morning. Partly cloudy early, then gradually becoming full-on sunny today. Expect highs near 60 degrees. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 miles per hour, so not too bad today. By the afternoon, it probably be quite pleasant. For tonight, mostly clear. Expect an overnight low of 30 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. For your weekend on Saturday, sunny skies. Expect highs near 61 degrees tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 30. North winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny for your Sunday. Expect highs mid-60s, 66 is what they're telling us. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear Sunday night with an overnight low of 32. And then when you head back to work and school on Monday, last week of school before the Christmas break for the kids, mostly sunny, high of 55. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Hey, don't forget, since I'm talking about the weekend and all that, tomorrow I would like to invite the public to join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. American Legion Post 61, which I am a part of. We are going to be doing the distribution of our wreaths across America, wreaths to place on the graves of veterans here at Memory Lawn Cemetery, and what we have left at other parts of town as well too. But tomorrow is the day that we actually put the wreaths out. The wreaths actually arrived in town, I believe, yesterday, and then on Saturday morning we're going to distribute them. The public is invited to come and join us if you'd like to help us distribute the wreaths. We got about close to 200 wreaths that we need to place on graves there at Memory Lawn. We're just asking everyone to meet us at Memory Lawn Cemetery at 10 a.m. tomorrow. If you're not familiar, Memory Lawn Cemetery is on East 19th. If you're on Main Street, get on 19th, head east. As if you're coming from Main Street, you'll see it there on your left after a bit of driving. But it is there, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out. If you scouts, I think, are going to be out there helping us and bringing the families and come out, and less hands or more hands make less work. So we'll get it done pretty quick if we get more folks out there. But we'd love to be a part of that if you'd like to join us. Again, 10 a.m. tomorrow at Memory Lawn Cemetery. All right, it is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Getting a little ahead of myself there. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, we'll play our interview we had with Pastor Troy and Pastor Sean from Church on the Move. That's up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
I think we've all had the experience of getting our child some big, expensive present. He tears it open and looks at it and smiles and squeals with joy, and then he spends all the rest of the day playing with the box. Drives us crazy. At this time of year, we spend a lot of time trying to get the perfect Christmas present for all of our family members. And as soon as Christmas is over, they're often forgotten about. Wouldn't it be more meaningful and less stressful to focus on the time we get to spend with our family and friends? Even more importantly, we should take this time to remember what the season is really about and teach the importance of it to our children. This is the time to remember the birth of our Savior and commit to remembering His love for us every day of the year. Jesus gave us the best present of all, His saving grace and love. Let's share that gift with everyone we know. Join us as we learn more about the best gift ever.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Listen, fellas, I'm about to give you the skinny. Are you tired of not having anything fun to do to celebrate the new year with your gal? Well, here's the scoop. Friday, December 29th, the Liberty is hosting an evening of dinner and a show called Radio Razzle Dazzle. The show is set on New Year's Eve 1940 in a radio studio where you get to watch a live radio play being performed. However, the scripts are missing and the cast and crew have passed out or eloped and the sound effects machine is broken. So you'll get to watch and see if the remaining cast can pull off the radio event of the year. I hear it's a real gasser. This will make a perfect holiday date night for you and your gal. So ring in the new year in style by joining us at the Liberty Friday, December 29th for Radio Razzle Dazzle. Check out thelibertyinc.com for tickets. Brought to you by MW Entertainment and 106.5 Roswell Talk FM.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com.
Close your eyes and just imagine your special person opening up that gift of a sparkling diamond from Martin's Jewelry and Gift. See that smile? That's right, you did that. They'll open more presents this morning, but nothing will make them light up like yours just did. And that's when you say to yourself, I did good. Martin's has a large selection of diamond jewelry and Southwest jewelry in stock, perfect for someone special. 3301 North Main, Suite B in Roswell. From Pat and the staff at Martin's Jewelry and Gifts, have a Merry Christmas.
'Tis the season of savings at Big O Tires. Unwrap peace of mind this holiday season with trusted tires and auto service from your locally owned and operated Roswell Big O Tires. Now through January 7th, save up to $140 on select sets after mail-in rebate. All with multiple financing options available for any budget and any situation. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
If you suffer from pogonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we're going to do a twofer this hour here. Crystal's going to join us here in just a minute, but we also have Pastor Troy and Pastor Sean joining us here from Church on the Move. Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody.
Good. How's it's been a little bit since I've seen you guys. How's life been over at Church on the Move?
Busy.
Yeah. I know you always got a lot of stuff going on. There's always seems like every month there's a big event or a big something going on at the church for everyone to gather here. And now that we're getting into the I would say, I don't say the most important, but I'd say one of the biggest times of the holiday season for us here. I'm going to give Easter that's the big one. I mean,
Easter and Christmas, man. The birth.
I mean,
of
Christmas
Jesus
is a big deal, but to be honest, we're all Christians because of Easter.
Yeah, that's true.
Christmas just started all.
It's the beginning. It's a good beginning.
Yes.
There's no Easter without Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm going to call this the second biggest holiday for the holiday season here. But I know you guys are going to do it up. You guys as always have it planned for Christmas and everything here. You're going to do it up 100,000% like you always do. So what's on tap? What do you guys got going on this time?
Go ahead, Sean. You
Well,
start.
we've actually done some things throughout the month. This month, every Sunday, we're giving. So the first Sunday of this month, we gave 479 pairs of shoes.
Brand new shoes to kids here.
To kiddos.
Here
That's
in
a lot
Roswell.
of shoes.
Well, we still have some left. We're still going to give away some more. We have 529 total pairs.
So around like 60 pairs left.
Wow.
And that was as of Sunday. So
it could be now.
We could have gotten rid of some by now.
That's even a tricky because especially unless you're out measuring every kid's foot. You're kind of like, all right, we need a range. We got a lot of size 8, size 10s, whatever the more popular sizes are.
That's how we had to do it.
Trick.
Boys and girls, and then we had Nikes and Adidas and Pumas. We wanted to give them good shoes.
Yeah, but
the
shoe game has got to come strong. You got to have, especially as kids, you can't survive in life without shoes.
Some of those kids were funny, man. They looked down at some of those pairs of shoes, and they're like, do you have another? Do you have another pair of shoes? We're like, yeah, we got another pair of shoes.
And then there were some that actually wept.
Well, that's just
because we did it for families that that the kids needed.
That never had a pair of shoes like that. Like, I've never owned a pair of Nikes.
Yeah.
I've never owned a pair of Pumas or whatever, Reeboks, whatever the top brand is for them at that time.
And that's why we did it. We did it for kids that.
But I remember that same feeling myself as a kid.
I do
like
too.
When you got your first pair of Nikes or like
new
high-end shoes.
Yeah.
But just high-end shoes. Like, because mom was like, no, we're going to Kmart and we'll get the Maypop jobbers there. But then when you hit just when you start thinking about girls, around that time, you start thinking
shoes matter.
Yeah, and then you're like, come on, can I get something that's not, going to fall apart week 2 of school? Something that has a swoosh on it or more than 7 stripes, just like 3 stripes maybe.
That's funny.
So I understand the plight. We all had that at some point here.
That's what we did the first Sunday, and then last Sunday we went to our neighbors. We went and handed out 200 pies.
Nice.
Just to the neighbors of Church on the Move, so in the neighborhoods close to us.
People nearby.
Yeah. Just to go.
Yeah.
Well, the pie's got to be warm. You can't
so
go too
goodwill.
far.
Let them know we
Farmers
love
Country
them.
Market on Second Hook gave us a great deal on buying those pies.
They have delicious pies at Farmers.
They have delicious apple and cherry.
Every time I walk into Farmers, I usually stroll through that bakery and try to tempt fate and see if I'm not buying. I'm about 50-50 with
50-50. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Mike, that's not
I'm a
bad.
mark for blueberry pie, so if that shows up,
blueberry, man. Don't even put that in front of me.
Watch out.
But yeah, we just always want to take care of our neighbors around our church, and so got to pray with a lot of people, and it was really a great
Just
time.
do what the season's all about.
And let them know that we're, right there. We don't want to be the church down the street that never reached out to them. So we've done that many times in that neighborhood. We've walked that neighborhood and talked to people and prayed with people, bought them groceries, did things for them. So
yeah, just being good neighbors and good
exactly.
stewards of in our community here. That's that's really what church and Christianity is all about. Is just loving each other and trying to do good for each other. And of all. This season is more so than, as a reminder for that. So it's great to see that. And hopefully, folks that maybe if they could get outreach, guys, come to you guys. Come. You're always welcome to come to services and to come to church and come be a part of the family. Always looking for, if people are looking for a church home, they're kind of maybe new to the area or just not happy where they're at, and you guys offer a lot for them to come in and be a part of. Basically, it's a family, is what it is. It's a family, and when there's people in the family that are having some troubles or things are going not their way, then the family comes in and helps them through that problem as best they can. That's what the church is all about.
Mike, I always say, most of us know that story about the little boy on the beach throwing the starfish in, and the old crabby man says, "You're not going to make any difference," and he throws one in and says, "I'll make a difference for that one."
Yeah.
We can't do everything at Church on the Move, but we can all do something. Not everybody can do everything. Only God can do everything, but we can all do something. And so that's our heart. And that's what we decided to do this Christmas. And it's a lot of effort. You'd think, well, I'll just give away some shoes. Well, it took months and months to buy that many pairs of shoes of different sizes, boys and girls.
Absolutely.
Find the right deals. Albuquerque, Lubbock, we went everywhere.
And let's face it.
And we spent a lot of money on that because we wanted to, man, I tell you, Mike, the joy of seeing those kids, like you talked about, getting their first brand new pair of shoes and never have had a brand new pair of shoes or a pair of shoes like that. And the tears and the smiles was worth every bit of the effort. But even passing out the pies. But we have a great church family, man. We do. They show up and work and volunteer and come out, and they make great things happen.
Absolutely.
So.
And then when hard times fall on them, guess what? The rest of the family rallies around them. That's just what happens here. Yeah. So what's next for the next 2 weeks here?
So we're only halfway finished with December. This Sunday we're handing out 150 food boxes.
Okay.
But these food boxes are not the normal food boxes we hand out on a daily basis. These food boxes are Christmas dinners.
Okay.
So if a family's out there and they're not going to be able to afford a Christmas dinner, they can
or you
come
spend
by.
all your money on gifts for the family,
right?
And now you're like, I guess we're going to eat
peanut butter and jelly,
or maybe not even that. Mike, we got some families that are struggling. The cost of goods, the inflation, some of the things that have happened that have driven up the price of even a Christmas meal.
$100 doesn't get you very far in a grocery
Man, it's
store
crazy
anymore.
how
a whole family could feed themselves a couple years ago on $100. Nowadays, you're lucky to get a couple days out of that.
Yeah, so that's why we do it. We're doing it for people who are struggling with those kind of things, families, single moms, single dads that are struggling in those areas. And so we have turkeys and hams.
Turkeys and hams and stuffing, potatoes, green beans. We got all the goodies for like a traditional
for a feast.
Yeah,
yes.
And then you can have the debate on which is better, turkey or ham.
That's right.
I'm a turkey
which
guy,
is a
man.
fun debate
I'm always
to have.
into turkey. Even though my wife makes a great ham, but I'm a turkey guy.
Both can come to my party any day, and I'm good to go. I'll put both on there. I ain't scared.
That's why I like turkey at Thanksgiving and ham at Christmas.
It's like,
or both at both.
What's a good?
We do both.
What's a good side for this meat? I know, more meat.
More meat.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good
What's the
idea.
best condiment on a bacon or on a burger? Bacon.
It is.
I don't know, bacon or cheese. That gets us into another debate.
Cheese is number two.
I think bacon. You're right.
I don't know. I would do cheese before I do bacon. Yeah.
It's called a bacon cheeseburger for a reason. It's not a cheese bacon.
You know
That's
what?
exactly right, Mike. Shut him down.
I can't argue with that logic. Can't argue with that
anyway,
logic.
So that's this Sunday.
That's this Sunday. So the drive-through, it's a drive-through.
Okay.
So
you don't have to get out the car?
No. And one box per vehicle.
Very good.
So you'll pull into the parking lot. It'll be the parking lot across the street from our church.
Gotcha.
That's at our storage building and offices on the north side of Brasher.
And that's where the delicious Valley Cafe is right over.
It is. That's right.
So,
Have you eaten at the Valley Cafe?
Oh, I've eaten there multiple times.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
great.
I'm not going to lie.
Green chili bacon
Sometimes I
cheeseburger.
DoorDash it because I live at the other end of town, and I'm just like, I am too lazy to drive, but I certainly do want to be one of them.
Yeah, that 10 minutes across this big city.
Oh, my
Mike,
gosh.
People crack me up. I lived in big cities.
Yeah.
So, man.
Well, I'm just,
you have too.
At 5 o'clock, I'm lazy. That's what happens. I get home and I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, I don't want to cook.
Yeah.
Ooh, Valley Cafe. Let me get me a
Well,
burger. Let me
thanks
get
for that.
and
And all the profits from that, once we pay just the staff that works there, all the profits from that go to support the Dream Center New Mexico, which is a project we started some time ago.
Although I would be very appreciative if you brought back the chicken cordon bleu soup. The green chili creamy potato that he has is good.
I think it will be making a return.
Okay, good. That soup's a 10, and I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I've been looking. I'm like, I don't see it.
Ask him for it.
I
Ask
will.
Anthony
I
if he'll
need to.
make it for you. Maybe
I
he'll do it for
that
you.
soup's a 10. I love that soup.
Anthony Delisha.
But fortunately, he has many other things that satiate it if it's not there. So I'm like, all right, I'll get the
green chili soup. Man,
it is
you tried
excellent
that?
too. It's very good. But
That's my favorite.
Sometimes I just have a hankering for that
Cordon
bleu soup. So
Well, he's a ham guy, so
Yeah.
I can get that. I
Yeah,
can understand
that makes sense. That makes sense
Exactly.
right there, man.
Chicken and ham together. More meat.
More meat.
In a good
More
sauce.
meat.
Yeah, you did mix that up.
It's not hard to figure out. I'm pretty
Did you hear the noise
He's
he
pretty
made?
excited
We got to
about
get
that.
him some cordon bleu soup.
I'm a
that's right.
simple man. I
Okay.
don't, people are like, here's millions of dollars. That's awesome. How much food can I buy with that? Or something like, I'd be way more in love with like a bowl of soup or a cheeseburger if someone handed me a check for $1 million. I'd be like, oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. Don't get me.
You could buy a lot of
But I'll
cheeseburgers and
act like a
soup for $1
child
million.
probably more for something like that than something.
Okay, we will ask Anthony to make you a big old gallon of
That's right.
cordon bleu.
Oh, that soup's a 10.
And we'll
get you taken care
try to
of.
take care
It's
of you
a
on
10.
that.
And by
you
the
can
way-
just put it in your fridge.
I challenge you to eat a breakfast burrito out of there, or any burrito out of there, and not be like overly stuffed. Like that.
Yeah,
that
burritos.
burrito's a meal in and of itself.
Yeah,
We
that's
don't
huge.
kid around.
You can
It's
finish it,
not, yeah.
but you might want to cancel plans afterwards.
Yeah.
You got to be a little lethargic
Yeah.
afterwards. Just say.
Yeah, we don't kid
Yeah,
around.
We don't ever not serve you enough food.
Oh, yeah, it's excellent.
And if you know, it's great because like my mom, she's 89. She'll just eat half, take the other half home, and eat
To
it
be
for
honest,
dinner.
for most normal people, there's 2 meals in every
Yeah,
meal.
there's 2 meals.
Unless you're kind of a fat guy like myself, then it's a single meal. But for most people, it's 2 meals.
I managed to get it down all myself too. There's not much left in our baskets
It
or
takes
plates.
a little dedication because
Yeah, you gotta be
You got to
dedicated.
push past the wall.
Yeah,
You're like,
you
all
gotta.
right, I got to get through the wall here. But anyway, that's
So this
I invite
Sunday,
you to come.
that starts at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. North
2
side
o'clock. Get there
right
early.
across
Like
from
I
the
said, it's
church.
going to be
Yes.
popular. First come, first serve. Get in line
That's right.
there.
$150. That's all we have is
One
$150
box per vehicle. So
That's right.
so please and please be considerate of others. It is the season
That's
of we're all sharing and stuff. And if you're truly in need, reach out. We'll make sure you're taken care of here. So good deal. So that's this Sunday.
That's this Sunday.
All right. What else we got?
Christmas Eve.
The following Sunday is Christmas Eve services.
Yes.
So we have Christmas Eve services at 9, 11, and 1 that
Okay.
morning, all a.m.
Perfect.
9, 11, and 1. And following those services, we're just blessing our church family. We'll serve cupcakes and hot cocoa.
Kind of a little Christmas
For
party.
everybody
yeah,
there,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So
On their way out, as they're in the foyer or on their way out the door.
Right.
and that'll be following Christmas services, which will be a great experience.
Very good. Are
for
you
the
doing like a
family.
midnight service or a?
So later that night we
Okay.
are beginning at 11:30. We're doing what we call our midnight massive,
Okay.
which we've done now for I think 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it's a tradition
running
now,
here.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a tradition, yeah.
and and that's a family communion service, and we also do our big candle lighting.
Nice.
And that's one of the more popular services, man.
Really, yeah.
That thing really packs out, and
Sure.
People
And,
families come all dressed up in their matching pajamas.
Some of them will be dressed fancy, some of them pajamas. Yeah,
everybody dresses a little bit different, but they come out and we'll sing, we'll do some praise and worship, and then when we say family communion, it means each family will come up and take communion together. Family.
Nice.
And if they don't have someone to pray with them, then one of us, the pastors or the elders, will step up and pray with them, and then we do our candle lighting service, as Pastor Sean said, and we'll sing and
I can see what's
worship
very
and go
popular.
home. We go 11:30, 12:30.
Love it. And I see why it's popular because let's face it, generally Christmas Day, people's plans fill up quick with family and time. And so, and then sometimes church takes the back burner. But we all need to remember why we're celebrating that holiday. It's not about Santa and gifts and all of that. That's the ancillary stuff. So the midnight mass is that it kind of starts the Christmas holiday off right for folks. And
I just can't do Christmas because people have questioned me about a lot of these things because the date, the days change based on what year it is, and I just can't do Christmas without celebrating Jesus. I mean, it's just like, why?
Sure. Well, and if you look at the history books, more than likely he was probably born in the summer.
But summer, early fall.
Yeah, but when we're talking something that's thousands of years old, we can be off a couple months on these kind of things.
Well, the bottom line is, biblically, we don't know exactly.
Exactly.
They're speculating even the summer and
we
the
didn't
fall.
have the internets to record everything that took place, and no one had phones to do TikTok videos on what happened to mark everything. So we ballpark it a bit. But that being said, yes, that's the reason we're here. We're here celebrating the birth of Christ, the birth of Christianity. Pre-birth of Christianity, and that's what and Santa and the family. That's all good stuff. But taking that moment to give thanks and to celebrate God, that's the reason for the season.
That's right,
and that's why we're giving. We didn't do our sugar rush this year because we wanted to really focus our attention on just really giving throughout this month. So
cost of shoes and the cost of candy. We said shoes are going to be worth a little bit long run than a piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
So
I know how I grew up that we passed down clothing items. Especially when you're growing so fast.
Sure.
If they still had a decent pair of shoes left, man, you wore those till they fell off your feet.
Absolutely. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I'm 50 years old. I've been riding these shoes way too long, and that's just pure.
Man, we got to check out Mike's shoe game, man. We got to see if he's even got one.
I got him.
Is he in the game?
I'm so anti-fashion and pure function that I just don't care. I'm like, they're still on my feet.
He's not even neutral. He's anti.
I just hit a point in my life where I got so tired of worrying about all that crap. I'm married now. We're happily married. I don't have to impress anybody per se.
Your wife's happy with your clothing choices?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not an embarrassment, but I'm not going to worry about what I'm going to wear.
I get it.
So the standard changes in marriage from impressing someone to just not being an embarrassment.
Not being impressive anymore.
No.
Just I'm not going to impress you anymore,
I
sweetheart.
enjoy marriage and me to know to keep trying, but at the same time, I don't.
That's
I ain't going.
Okay, Mike, we're going to let you off the hook there because we can take this a lot of places.
I'm not pulling all the stops out.
We have to call your wife. Hey, Mike's wife, call in to the show right now. We want to have a conversation with you and want to talk to you about his fashion choices.
I've already won the heart here.
Yeah, you won the heart. But those holy underwear aren't holy. They're not pure. You need to throw those out and get a new pair.
Now that I'm good. There's still 3 holes or 4 holes as designated.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going all kinds of other areas.
I'm not sure what to say about that.
Me either.
They're still good. I'm up on. My underwear game and sock game are strong.
Yeah,
the rest of me not so much.
That's fantastic.
But all kidding aside, we would love to have you come out and be a part of the family. Come out to the 11:30 midnight service Christmas Eve. Come out if you're in need and need food. Please join us to come out. If you want to give back and donate, please come out and be the church. Say, hey, I love what you guys are doing. How do I get a part of that? Come be a part of our church family, and you can roll up your sleeves with the rest of the congregation here and get to serving and get to helping and doing.
Can we mention 2 more things, Mike?
Absolutely.
One, the Dream Center, New Mexico, is the old Leisure Inn. We are working so hard on changing that, getting the plumbing working, and all kinds of other things happening there.
What's kind of an ETA on that one being ready? You think?
We don't have one because a lot of work is being done as volunteer.
Well, and in construction and that stuff is you're at the mercy of a lot of other factors there. So,
but it's moving. So we have to secure the building first because it was pretty vandalized, and so
right.
And then we have to get the plumbing because they stole the copper. So we're working on plumbing, electrical. We got to get the building safe.
Unfortunately,
and secure,
that's more commonplace than you think.
Absolutely. So we got to protect it, but it's going to be incredible for our community and for people that are just in need. And then we have our marriage conference coming up. Is it February 17th?
February 15th through the 17th.
Okay.
We have Danny Goki and his wife coming to speak at that. Danny Goki's I don't know if you know who Danny is, but he's a pretty famous Christian artist.
Okay.
And he's coming. He's going to sing some, but he's bringing his wife. They're going to teach as well.
Okay.
And then, of course, my wife and I will teach. And then we have another couple coming in that's going to talk. The name of their podcast and their ministry is called Better Than Blended.
Okay.
Talking about blended families.
Yeah.
They had to blend their two families.
Nice.
And they're going to do a great job. The
nowadays.
Smiths, I think's their name.
The Scots.
The Scots.
You were
close. I had an S.
You were close.
If I got the first letter right, I'm good, Mike. I'm good.
That's me too.
The Scots.
I'm like something. Yeah, I hear you. I know faces, but names,
me too.
You got to ingrain it in me a couple times before it sinks in.
But the Scots are coming, so that's in February. And so
can you RSVP now for these?
Oh
things?
yeah, you can. The Joy of Marriage.
You can go to our website, or you can go to the Joy of Marriage Facebook page.
I'm thinking that would
Church
be a
on the Move
good little
Facebook page.
stocking gift to put in the tree, for your
you and your
spouse,
wife,
and say, hey, make plans for February. We're going to work on our marriage together. That's our.
It's only $150 for the entire weekend right now for the
whole
couple.
Good deal.
And that provides a lot.
Getaway too, and all because you're just focusing on you two for the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of families get an Airbnb, hotel, and they'll leave the house and just kind of hang out here. And
the grandparents or friends and family to watch the kids for the weekend, and you go take care of your marriage, and
you got it.
Make
just
you stronger.
Invest.
Yeah, and by the way, have fun, and
Oh yeah, we
romance
always have
and
fun.
all the things that why you got married in the first place are going to come out for that.
It's a great time. I work the event, right? Obviously,
right.
But it's my favorite weekend of the year.
Sure.
It's a.
Well, I would even
It's
gather.
a blast,
They've
man.
taught at the event too.
I would even gather like if you had just so happen to have a moment in your marriage where you're a little bit at odds on something. Then this happens, and it kind of I forgot about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if your husband refuses to wear good shoes, and
even the best
kind of
marriages
letting
have
himself
moments.
go, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of pull it back together.
Even the best marriages have a hiccup now.
He's keeping the love alive. He's got sock and underwear, man.
That's right.
He's keeping the love alive.
That's right.
He'd be easy to buy for Christmas. Just
Exactly.
buy him socks and underwear,
People
man.
just give me,
Socks and underwear. He's cool.
It's like you buy him a Sunday, and he's like happy. He's fine.
Some cordon bleu soup.
What do you
man.
get for
He's
Christmas?
Right.
You got a cheeseburger, a hot fudge sundae.
No, a bacon cheeseburger.
A bacon cheeseburger, a hot fudge sundae, and he's
Some
like
cordon bleu
He's like a
soup,
12-year-old
from
happy
Valley
kid in the
Cafe.
corner. He's fine.
I love it, Mike. I love it.
Hey, it's the older you get, the simpler it is.
Absolutely.
I tell my family, don't buy me anything.
Same way.
I'm good. I got
if I had
what
my
I need.
druthers,
And
no one would exchange gifts, and we just spend the day as a family hanging out, just eating and whatever happens.
Well, and I like this idea. I was talking to a family last night, and a great family, and we do this every year too. We find a family that we know is not going to have much, and we just kind of adopt them for Christmas and buy them some gifts and just bless them. But there's always somebody that you can bless, and I always try to teach my children, like, here's how much we're spending for Christmas, and this percentage right here that would normally go to you is going to somebody else. So I just always try to teach my children to be givers.
Be givers and servants.
Yeah. And that God blesses us to be a blessing. Yeah, and servants.
Well, and that's what this is. It's giving back a little bit, and this is that season, and the simple little acts of kindness go tenfold when you do it out of your heart, and that's it. We got to get Crystal in here.
Yes.
So I want to leave her.
Don't want to leave
Please
Crystal
do.
out.
That's right.
But Church on the Move is very easy to follow. You can, of course, you have your Facebook, Church on the Move, Roswell Facebook, pop right up. You can like and follow it. I just type in Church on the Move, Google, and the website comes up. What's the actual web address?
COTMRoswell.com.
There you go. And you can go right there. And, of course, you can always come by the church there on Brasher. You pretty much got the whole section of Brasher right there. You got the main church on one side, and then, like we said,
in between Washington and Union, we kind of both sides of the street.
Yeah,
know,
so We're in between the firefighter training thing on one side and the post office on the other side there. Right in the middle is the sweet spot that is Church on the Move. Good deal.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks
you
for
guys.
having
Appreciate
us.
you, Mike.
Merry
Thanks,
Christmas.
everybody.
Merry
Christmas
Christmas,
to
man.
you and your family and everybody that's
All right,
listening.
and I'll be looking for that soup.
I'll take care of
We'll
you.
see you
I
soon.
got you covered.
We'll see you soon with that.
He should never take that off the menu. Just saying. Never, ever. I don't
He
care.
hears that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, ever.
About
ever.
a lot of things.
Never. That one is a never, ever. Like you can burn the building down. There better be still soup on the menu. That's all I'm saying.
We're glad you like it.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Crystal.
All right, it is 9:40. Quick commercial break, and Crystal's going to join us. Don't go away.
Next year, the Artesia City Council unanimously approved the pay boosts, which will also include municipal judges. The mayor's salary will go from $9,600 a year to $25,000. Mayor Pro Tem will go from $8,600 to $15,000. Each city council member will make $12,500. That's up from $7,200 a year. Also at this week's Artesia City Council meeting, complaints regarding the Artesia Senior Center. During the meeting's public agenda session, 19 people showed up to have their voices heard. Some even had harsh words for the center's director, calling her attitude and behavior, quote, rude, vindictive, intimidating, and retaliatory, unquote. The council made no comments or decisions on the matter. A reminder of the work on US 62-180. A contractor is rehabilitating that stretch of road from mile marker 7 to 8 north of the Texas state line and also near Whites City. The project is expected to linger into next week. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Gift cards are a no-brainer for last-minute gifts. But before you buy one this season, there's a scam running throughout the country you need to know about. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by NetSuite. Want consistently excellent performance? Download NetSuite's KPI checklist free at netsuite.com/Kim. What's the scam? Criminals are jotting down numbers and pins from gift cards that are still in stores. Then put them back on the shelf, waiting for you to buy one. Once you buy and activate one of these cards, they're ready to strike, siphoning off the card's funds. In California, a guy got caught faking out over 5,000 gift cards. So what can you do? First, check that the gift card is sealed tightly. The protective cover and tape over the pin should be untouched. Look for any odd marks near the barcode or on the back of the card, and make sure that the pin is not visible. And keep your receipt safe. If something goes south, have that receipt and a picture of the gift card to report the fraud. Just weeks left to win a brand new iPhone. Enter now at commando.com/win. If your business is scrambling to close the books on time each month, then you should know these three numbers: 37,025-1. To start, 37,000 businesses have already upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. And this year, NetSuite is celebrating their 25th anniversary. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less, close books in days, and drive down costs. And finally, that #1, because your business is one of a kind. NetSuite offers customized solutions for all your KPIs in one efficient system. It's one source of truth to manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Everything you need, all in one place. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist, designed to give you consistently excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim to get your own KPI checklist. netsuite.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our weekend looks pretty good. Low pressure is headed out of the area. We do have a cool high pressure system moving in from the central Rockies. That'll keep us in the upper 50s on the afternoon high today. We should get lots of sunshine though. Wind will be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear and cold, upper 20s to about 30, and then sunshine and 60 on Saturday. A little warmer Sunday, mid 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Tournament action all over the state yesterday as the Goddard Rockets got in a game against Academy on Academy's home court. It's the Joe Armijo Classic. Academy's the host, and the Chargers stay unbeaten at 5-0 with a 67-30 victory over Goddard, which will next play, same tournament, of course, against Las Cruces today. Roswell, meanwhile, at the Phil Griego Invitational in Rio Rancho at Cleveland High School, took care of business, beating back Manal 78-56. Roswell takes on host Cleveland tonight at 7. 57. Cleveland is also unbeaten at 3-0. Other tournament action yesterday, Hagerman lost a tight one to Tularosa at the Johnny May Classic in Tularosa, 60-57. Gateway Christian falls to Capitan, 65-42. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM, 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. retail sales unexpectedly rose in November as the holiday shopping season got off to a brisk start, likely keeping the economy on a moderate growth path this quarter and further alleviating fears of a recession. The Biden administration will subject dozens of drug makers to inflation penalties. President Joe Biden's signature Inflation Reduction Act includes a provision to penalize drug makers for charging prices that rise faster than inflation for people on Medicare. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says former President Donald Trump's policies toward China left America more vulnerable and more isolated in the global economy. Italy's finance police on Thursday seized around 86.5 million euros, that's $94.5 million, from the Italian arm of the U.S. package delivery company, United Parcel Service, over alleged tax fraud and illegal labor practices. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details, 2nd and Sycamore, and 1309 Southeast Main.
I think we've all had the experience of getting our child some big expensive present. He tears it open and looks at it and smiles and squeals with joy, and then he spends all the rest of the day playing with the box. Drives us crazy. At this time of year, we spend a lot of time trying to get the perfect Christmas present for all of our family members. And as soon as Christmas is over, they're often forgotten about. Wouldn't it be more meaningful and less stressful to focus on the time we get to spend with our family and friends? Even more importantly, we should take this time to remember what the season is really about and teach the importance of it to our children. This is the time to remember the birth of our Savior and commit to remembering His love for us every day of the year. Jesus gave us the best present of all, His saving grace and love. Let's share that gift with everyone we know. Join us as we learn more about the best gift ever.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Up your spotting game with the help of Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Zia Guns USA is now an authorized full-line Tacticam dealer. The same scopes, cameras, and spotting equipment that the big boys use on TV. So now you can capture your hunt like never before. Zia Guns USA in Roswell also has a new shipment of knives by Benchmade and Case. Come check out the amazing selection for yourself. Take your hunt to the next level with Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Close on Saturdays but open on Sundays at 1907 North Main in Roswell.
What's that? Have you decided where you're going to college yet?
There's so many choices. I'm still not sure.
Well, I've decided to attend the University of New Mexico. It's the only Research One university in the state. It's the flagship, and their academic programs are among the best in the nation.
The University of New Mexico? Can I still apply?
Of course. UNM is New Mexico's best university, and residents of New Mexico get preference in admission. Apply now, and we'll attend UNM together.
The University of New Mexico, New Mexico's University of Opportunity. Apply today at unm.edu.
Check out some of the bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Regular or less fat packages of Philadelphia cream cheese are 2 for $5, and cans of Campbell's cream of mushroom or chicken soup are 5 for $5. In produce, large fancy navel oranges are 99 cents a pound, and broccoli crowns are also 99 cents a pound. In the meat department, Cook's Shank portion bone-in hams are 97 cents a pound, and family packs of select T-bone steaks are just $5.97 a pound. These are just some of the savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
At New Mexico Gas Company, our priority is your safety. That's why we add a rotten egg smell to natural gas to help alert you of the presence of natural gas. So if you ever notice a rotten egg smell, it might be a natural gas leak. We recommend that you leave the area immediately. And from a safe distance, call New Mexico Gas Company at 1-888-NM-GAS-CO or 911. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and our priority is keeping you safe. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgco.com.
At Artesia General Hospital, our emergency department experts care for more than 10,000 people each year. Our emergency department is open 24 hours a day and there's always a doctor on duty. We specialize in advanced adult and pediatric life support and trauma services, making sure you have access to quality care when every second counts. From unexpected illness to serious injuries, you can trust our team to provide exceptional emergency care in any situation. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/emergency.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 7:59. Stay tuned next hour, about 8:15 or so. We'll be joined by Chaves County Manager Bill Williams. Give us an update on the last county commission meeting and talk about other things happening in and around Chaves County. We'll have that for you about 8:15 or so next hour. Don't forget the Midday Lions tonight and tomorrow night are the final days for their carriage rides out at the Pecan Orchard. They're gonna they start out at the Boy Scout headquarters there off of Aspen, right off Country Club. If you go to middaylions.org, you can still sign up. $10, I believe, is the cost per person, and it is a fundraising event going. All the proceeds go to the Midday Lions. So definitely a great way to help out there and have some fun, get in the holiday spirit. Go out and check Christmas lights. I think tonight, so the wind's going to be cool, better, and so we're done with all the wind and all that. So I think tonight, tomorrow will be pleasant evenings to be out there. But middaylions.org is the website there. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jeremy House. A top U.S. envoy says the United States agrees with Israel that the fight against Hamas will take months, but officials are discussing the timetable for scaling back from high-intensity combat to more precise ways of targeting the militant group's leaders. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan spoke today at a news conference in Tel Aviv.
I've met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his work cabinet, President Herzog, and a range of senior officials. We discussed the ongoing war and military operations. We discussed our shared objective of ensuring that Hamas will never again pose a threat to the state of Israel.
Sullivan was to meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas later in the day about the besieged enclave's post-war future. Former President Donald Trump has spent less time campaigning in early voting states than many of his Republican primary rivals, but has found a way to keep connecting with potential voters.
Mr. Trump's campaign has been bolstering his schedule with appearances at major sporting events, including this weekend's UFC fight in Las Vegas. Videos of his appearances routinely rack up hundreds of thousands of views across social media. It's a strategy that puts him in front of potential voters who may not closely follow politics or engage with traditional news sources.
Correspondent Ken Lorman reporting. A ballistic missile fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels has slammed into a cargo ship in the Red Sea near the strategic Bab el-Mandeb Strait. That followed another attack only hours earlier that struck a separate vessel. On Wall Street, it's a mixed day so far today. The Dow is down 45 points. The Nasdaq is ahead 57. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Prince Harry has won his phone hacking lawsuit against a British tabloid publisher.
Phone hacking was widespread and habitual at Mirror Group newspapers over many years. He says private investigators were used substantially and were an integral part of the system to gather information unlawfully. Outside the court, Harry's attorney, David Sherborne, read a statement from the Prince.
Today is a great day for truth, as well as accountability. The court has ruled that unlawful and criminal activities were carried out at all 3 Mirror Group newspaper titles.
Charles Tiladesma, London.
Authorities say a small plane crashed on a western North Carolina highway and caught fire, but the 2 people on board escaped life-threatening injuries. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Jeremy House. Sudan's army is trying to beat back attacks by the Rapid Support Forces in an area about 100 miles southeast of Khartoum.
Less than a week ago, regional leaders said the warring sides in Sudan had agreed to meet for face-to-face talks to end the fighting. But instead, the war is escalating and the displaced are getting ready to flee for their lives again. Battles for control of Khartoum forced close to 500,000 people to head south into Al Jazeera state. But after a major offensive by the Rapid Support Forces, there's been fighting close to the state capital, Wad Madinah, and there are fighter jets overhead. The fact that this is a major agricultural region is also bad news in a country where millions are in desperate need of food aid but can't be reached because of the war.
That's BBC correspondent Will Ross reporting. Dozens of migrants have crossed into Finland hours before the reclosure of 2 southern crossing points on the border with Russia. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm, I'm breathing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelation, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday. We made it.
It's a sweet taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Friday.
It's a foggy, started foggy, ending foggy, less foggy Friday.
Yeah, it's lifted from the low-lying areas, but up on North Main, right around like College, that region, it's still a little thick.
A little thick there.
Exercise caution.
Pretty clear where we're sitting this morning.
I like the phrase "driver discretion is advised."
It's a good one. Driver's discretion is advised. Yeah, okay. The deep voice guy needs to say that.
I agree.
But happy Friday.
Yes.
Hope all of you are having a wonderful day so far. Big thank you to McDonald's, as they do each and every Friday, sponsor the show here. And we invite you to download the app, utilize it, it is your friend. Try the, what's the guy's name again?
Kerwin Frost.
Kerwin Frost meals going on now where they got the McNugget buddies. And so the kids and collectors alike will like those.
Yeah.
So.
Always fun. I like Mick collectibles. They have a tendency to put stuff out in limited quantities.
Yeah.
It makes for collectibilism.
So the kids have one yet?
No.
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
All right.
And they probably won't.
No?
I probably will.
You will. Yeah, it's more your
I
thing.
probably will, yeah. Well, it's an adult meal. It advertises itself as the adult Happy Meal.
Yeah, it's like chicken nuggets or a Big Mac or something and fries.
Yeah, 10-piece nugget or a Big Mac plus a large fry and a large drink.
Yeah.
And the nugget buddy. But
I don't know. I think I don't know. See, I think that's
I'll probably try it once. There's a reason I'm not going to go too crazy and overboard with it that I'm not willing to talk about on a morning that McDonald's sponsors us. But I will say this. If you haven't already done so, try the holiday pie. It is phenomenal.
It's the custard pie,
yes.
right? Yes.
Custard with
it is good.
With sprinkles. Although the sprinkles aren't necessarily sprinkles, they're more sugar crystals.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice. Gives that little pop, A
little crunch.
Mm-hmm.
You
just can't go wrong with custard.
It is a fine pie, but they handed me the blueberry cream and all others are
Oh, and that's the other one too, is the cookies and cream pie.
Oh, that's
it's
a
a
good one.
chocolate pie, a chocolate outside, and it's just got the cream filling inside.
We've had that one.
Yes, we have.
It's excellent.
It is back indeed for a limited time.
It is almost as good as the blueberry cream pie. Almost. I'm
really hoping they have the good sense to bring it back in the springtime.
I hope.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to just make my own blueberry pies and see if I can replicate it.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to use my baller points, cash them in, and create my own McDonald's. So it has blueberry cream pies, bagel sandwiches.
A new thing opened up. Franchise. It's right here. Turns out you have to get to the 100 grand point mark.
That's right. But my McDonald's will only have like 4 items. Coke Zero, French fries, double fillet of fish, bagel sandwich, and blueberry cream pie. That's all. And chicken nuggets.
I feel like one of these things is not like the other.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. You said like 4. So 5 is like 4.
I supersized.
5 is 4, Jason. Yeah, it really, one of those things is very much not like, that's like, I'm going to have a 20-piece, let me get a Big Mac. Let's see. How about one of them 20, or yeah, let's order fries and Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Keep myself svelte.
Oh, and chocolate milkshakes without whipped cream.
Yes. We definitely sans whipped cream. I don't know when that trend started.
I like old style.
Now, I will include the cherry. Leave the cherry.
Yeah, leave a cherry.
Knock the whipped cream off.
Everyone loves a cherry.
It's adding cream to cream. It's not necessary. I know it makes it fancy.
It's diluting the chocolatiness.
True. I go strawberry, but
well, I only know of one flavor. I'm like, there's other flavors.
There's other stuff. But yes. So, but I would encourage anyone out there to try all the different pies and try them quick because McDonald's has. I think what they like to do is get us hooked on something and then just pull it from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost messing with our addictive personalities.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they got us hook, line, and sinker. But all I'm saying is,
you know what you're doing, Mickey D's.
That's right. Bring back the bagel sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it every Friday. I don't care.
Well, and that's
somebody's
the thing.
just like, just give that man a bagel sandwich so we could shut him up.
I know it's in the McDonald's canon. There's other McDonald's in our country, that serve the bagel sandwich.
Oh, I love the bagel.
Now, in fairness, we are one of the only states in the country that serves the green chili.
Yeah, well, you can't get the green chili double cheeseburger anywhere but Nuevo Mexico.
Oh, man. I was listening to a show the other day, a podcast, and they were talking about going to Denver to do a show, and they're like, oh, and that Denver green chili. Nothing better than that Denver green. I'm like, them's fighting words. You and me are going to fight in a field.
That's right.
You almost lost a fan.
Just because you guys have nothing of your own, you don't have to steal it from other states.
Right.
Stick with your John Denvers and John Elways, and then we'll let the rest go.
You get your Johns. We like our greens, thanks. Colorado Rocky Mountain High, green chili in the Hatch Valley.
That's right. That's right. But anyway, thank you to McDonald's.
That's flavor country is what this is. But yes, bring back the bagel, McDonald's. Come on.
Yeah. It would be a Christmas miracle.
I don't know how it works. Like when they sit down like at a desk at the middle of the week or whatever to put in the order for the stuff that they get from on the truck. But I feel like maybe it's just one that's not being checked. Like the bagel is just not being checked on there.
Oh,
if that selection is on that list, check that item. Just get a shipment of bagels in. Maybe even by mistake. You could say, "Oh, that was an accident. My fingers or my hand slipped."
Make it so, Nick.
If we have any sway, come on now.
He's the big guy. He
That's
can do
right.
it.
We've been in cahoots for years, Nicholas.
Yes, the bagel sandwich. I don't even have to have the steak one. If you just want to give me the bacon and egg, and okay, I can deal. But
Okay.
the steak is the 10.
Now, have you ever considered grabbing a bag of Linders and then heading into your local Mickey D's? Can you toast this for me?
Well, in all fairness, I grew up in Maryland, East Coast. Linder's bagels suck.
Well, yeah,
I mean, they serve the purpose when there's no bakery that has bagels.
Uh-huh.
But that's the Taco Bell taco of
one must not go
bagels.
One must not go bagel snob in a bagel desert.
Well, I had.
Yeah, I know you don't go to New York and order Domino's, but when you're in Roswell, these are our options.
I feel like if I'm gonna do that kind of ghetto move, I'm going to go order fancy New York bagels and bring them in for mine.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I'd even venture to an Einstein Brothers. They have decent as far as
Einstein are fine for what they are. But when you get those delis making you those bagels, man, it's a whole nother level. Man.
But what they aren't is McDonald's bagels. So bring them back.
That's right. But anyway, the bagel sandwich. Help us.
That's all we're trying to say.
Help us. Please help us. Big thank you to McDonald's, all joking aside. But if you do travel and you find a McDonald's with the bagel sandwich,
let us know.
I invite you to order. It is one of my favorites.
And let us know so we can pinpoint the location. Mike's got a map in his office. He just slips a thumbtack in.
And
Kim, I know where we're going on vacation next year.
We're going to go on Mecca to all the McDonald's with bagel sandwiches.
There you go. I'm on a pilgrimage, sir.
Some guy that walks in like Moses. I request a bagel. That's me.
Yeah, barefoot, just wearing just one long robe.
Yeah, with a stick and a beard. And just requesting bagel sandwiches.
Are you all right? I need bagels.
Yes. But Bill Williams, Chaffetz County Manager, scheduled to join us. I don't think he's here yet.
Not quite yet.
We'll give him a few minutes to. Usually he's here by now.
I know. I was going to say. Hope he make it.
I think I might have to go find an interview to play. But either that or I'm talking about bagel sandwiches for the next 45 minutes, and no one wants that. So.
I mean, Big Bagel does.
Big Bagel. I'm sorry. Just bagels are the perfect vessel for that kind of stuff. They just are. I can't help it. So, anyway, it is 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our weekend looks pretty good. Low pressure is headed out of the area. We do have a cool high pressure system moving in from the central Rockies. That'll keep us in the upper 50s on the afternoon high today. We should get lots of sunshine though. Wind will be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear and cold, upper 20s to about 30, and then sunshine and 60 on Saturday. A little warmer Sunday, mid-60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 30 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 92% with winds calm at the moment. Sunny today, expect highs near 60 degrees. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies. Expect an overnight low of 30 degrees. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. For the weekend on Saturday, sunny skies. Expect a high of 61 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear skies. Expect an overnight low of around 30 degrees with northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies. Looks like mid-60s, 66 for a high there. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 32. And then Monday, when you head back to work and school, mostly sunny, 55 for a high there. And just kind of glance at next week, 55 Monday, 58 on Tuesday, 61 on Wednesday, 60 on Thursday. So more of the same. Not much talk of rain or anything after that. So I think we're past all that. Just back to garden variety New Mexico pre-winter. All right. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a 3-minute break. I have not seen Chavez County Manager Bill Williams. We may come up with another interview but we'll give him a few minutes just in case. But I'll come up with a backup interview here if we don't hear from Bill. So quick break. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Roswell Nissan's deal days are here, and that means the most wonderful deal of the year. Rates as low as 0% for 60 months for qualified buyers, 10 grand off new Armadas, 13 grand off new Titans, and top dollar for your trade. And with the largest selections of new and pre-owned inventory in the state, Roswell Nissan has what you need priced to move, with payments as low as $175 a month on quality pre-owned vehicles and a team of experts ready to make it the most wonderful deal of the year. Hurry to Roswell Nissan now before the deal is gone. Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us and start telling your story today.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Believe it or not, your home insurance company isn't evil. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here. A lot of roofers make your insurance company out to be your enemy. They'll talk about fighting and battling your insurance to get you the claim you deserve. But honestly, your insurance company is a group of people just like you and me. That's why we don't treat your roof insurance claim like we're going to war. We treat it like a court case. We provide your insurance company every piece of evidence needed to get you the highest possible claim. We submit photos, videos, detailed documents, and line-by-line estimates. And guess what? Our non-combat approach works. On 92% of roof insurance claims, we get the highest amount the first time. And the rare times we don't, well then, that's when we go to bat for you. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring roof and gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
I think we've all had the experience of getting our child some big expensive present. He tears it open and looks at it and smiles and squeals with joy, and then he spends all the rest of the day playing with the box. Drives us crazy. At this time of year, we spend a lot of time trying to get the perfect Christmas present for all of our family members. And as soon as Christmas is over, they're often forgotten about. Wouldn't it be more meaningful and less stressful to focus on the time we get to spend with our family and friends? Even more importantly, we should take this time to remember what the season is really about and teach the importance of it to our children. This is the time to remember the birth of our Savior and commit to remembering His love for us every day of the year. Jesus gave us the best present of all, His saving grace and love. Let's share that gift with everyone we know. Join us as we learn more about the best gift ever.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. Have not heard from my guest yet, so we're going to hear in just a few minutes. If we don't hear from our guest, we're going to play an interview we had yesterday in the 9 o'clock hour. Crystal Noble joined us from the Humane Society to give us an update on big sales going on at a thrift store and, of course, pet adoption. They will be closed during the Christmas week for adoptions and things like that. But we'll play that interview here in just a few, if we don't hear from Bill Williams in just a few minutes. But real quick, do want to tell you about what's going on over at Big O Tires in Roswell. 'Tis the season of savings at your locally owned Big O Tires right here in Roswell. Right now, you can save up to $100 on Goodyear tires after mail-in rebate, up to $140 on Michelin tires after mail-in rebate, or buy 3, get 1 free savings on Nexton tires with free installation. Stop in for the Healthy Car Special for just $29.95, and that includes an oil change, alignment, alignment check, your free tire rotation, brake inspection, windshield wiper fluid top off, and more. All that for just $29.95, especially if you're going to be out on the road traveling. That's going to be a nice peace of mind for you and your vehicle. They want to keep you safe on the road. That's why they offer that free multi-point inspection with every service. Big O Tires offers multiple financing options that will suit any situation. You know, Christmas times get a little tough with money, need some financing. Big O Tires got you covered. Big O Tires is locally owned and operated right here in Roswell. Visit bigotires.com to schedule an appointment or stop in today. Big O Tires, the team you trust. All right, it is 8:23. Let's do this. On yesterday in the 9 o'clock hour, Crystal Noble joined us from the Roswell Humane Society. Give us an update on what's going on there. So we're going to play that interview for you now. Here's Crystal Noble with the Humane Society. Enjoy. We'll join. Make it? Almost there. It is. We were debating. It is 9:42. Crystal Noble joining us with the Humane Society, but I offered her a treat, and she was worried that she wasn't going to be able to get it through the commercial break, and she just finished. So now she can say, so now I have to stop stalling and let her talk. Good morning. It is very good. Yes. Oh, yes. That is a very good stuff there. That's a 10, that stuff there. Thank you to the Cabin family for bringing that to us. It was it's been a hit in the office. It actually, I was out of the office Tuesday and they brought it by when I was not here. So I came in yesterday morning. It was like they're presented to me on my desk here, like, oh, and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh man, and I was like, and I saw there's nuts, and I'm like, I can't take them home because I'll be the only one that eats them. So they're here for all to enjoy, but every person has had the same reaction that you have. It's like, oh, dang, those are good.
Cabin family, if you are listening, anybody is listening, I work at 703 East McGaffey Street.
That's right.
Recipe would be great, or if you just want to drop a box of that
That's
off,
right.
would be greater too.
Yeah, while you're donating dog treats to the dogs.
People need treats too.
People treats, they would be good.
I like my people treats.
Those things are 10, but
and I have more people to share with there, so I wouldn't be eating that entire
that's
box.
good. You got some employees helping you right now. That's a good thing. So that being said, how's now, like, and we say this every time, no pets as gifts,
right?
Unless
that person is participating in the adoption.
Absolutely. But that being said, if you are looking to bring a pet home, dog or cat, there are some wonderful animals that are looking for a home right now.
We have a ton of dogs. Like, our adoptions have been fair on both sides with cats and dogs. However, I have more space for dogs than I do cats.
Okay. So cats are a little bit full right now.
My cats are a little bit lower for ones that are available for adoption.
Okay.
I don't have
more
any
in quarantine.
Yeah, I don't have any ready in quarantine to come out yet. It'll probably be right after Christmas before those guys are able to come out.
Okay.
But it's weird. Like, we've done one cat adoption to one dog adoption. Like, it's been neck and neck for like the last 2 weeks, which is really good. Our adoptions are up, but we do have a lot of people coming in. Oh, well, I want to get a puppy and I want to give it as a gift. So we're having to explain to them why we don't allow that. And if you want to give somebody a gift of an animal, one, make sure that it's something that they can maintain.
Absolutely.
Take care of, afford, and something they even want. Because 99% of the animals that enter a shelter after Christmas are pets that were given as gifts as unwanted gifts.
For some, you're giving, well, you are, regardless, you're giving the gift of responsibility.
Right.
Yes, there's so much love and joy that comes with that, but if the person isn't willing to take on the responsibility to begin with, then the gift of that you're intending will not have the same impact you're hoping it would.
Right.
And so that's why what you're saying is make sure this person's fully on board, fully aware of the responsibilities of being a
and let them be the ones to pick out what animal they're going to be spending that animal's life with.
Yeah.
You know, the one they're going to be taking care of. They need to have a bond to that animal that they're adopting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfectly fine if you want to pay for the adoption for them. We don't mind that.
Absolutely.
But what we do mind is somebody getting a gift as a surprise and it not be something that they want.
Right.
You know, they might have wanted a cat and you brought a dog, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever dog
or
you
wanted
pick.
them, that you got a male and they wanted a female,
right?
Or whatever, yeah.
Right. So it's better to be safe, and like I said, get a little stuffed animal of like a cat or a dog, or even a combo. And
Cradle
then,
your own little basket to put under
right,
the tree.
and then you know, get a card that says, you know, I know you're looking for a forever friend, and we would like to help you find your forever friend.
Mm-hmm.
We will pay for it as your Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And then after Christmas, come down.
Yeah. Come down together and walk the shelter and then find the animal that that just opens your heart and makes you melt.
So a while back we were talking about Shasta the Great Dane.
Mm-hmm.
She was able to go on transport to Albuquerque.
Okay.
Well, I got notice on Monday that she got to go home and she's gonna get to spend Christmas with the forever family.
Oh, good for her.
Yes.
So someone is open their home to that big dog and gonna
that
create,
big girl.
Oh, I'm sure, but she's gonna be happy, especially if there's kids and stuff. And
She
all
was
that.
so happy. The lady that does the adoptions up there, when I was talking to her on Monday, she was like, it couldn't have been a more perfect match.
Awesome.
And I was like, wonderful. And yesterday, we've been over the process for a couple of days. We had a mother and daughter come in, and the mother had recently lost her little lap dog. And, you know, it's been about 6 months, and she's like, you know,
she's ready for a new
my daughter has a
companion.
dog, you know, and he comes and loves on both of us. She goes, but I want a dog. Well, they ended up adopting a little Chihuahua named Nova, and it was like they had always been together.
That's awesome.
The introduction between the two dogs went perfect, and Chihuahuas, you know, typically don't like a lot of strange
They can be a little picky.
Uh-huh. And it was just like match made in heaven with this family.
That's great.
And so Nova got to go home yesterday. You know, they're picking her up from the vet this morning. That's right. She went to the vet yesterday. But when you get those adoptions to where everything just falls in place perfectly, it makes it so worthwhile of what we do and why we are so specific.
Like the days that are the bad days, those make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They really do. And a lot of people ask us why we're so strict, and it's because we want to eliminate the amount of animals returned to our shelter because the adoption didn't go right. And then we don't want to put a sour taste in your mouth for adoption. Because if you adopt a dog and then you get it home and then it tears everything up or
you want a positive experience.
bites one of your kids, you know, that's not a positive experience. We want to create the best experience when it comes to adoption as possible. So that way, when it's time for a new family member, you think adoption instead of, you know, going on Facebook or going to a breeder.
And at the end of the day, you guys are the advocates for the pets.
We are.
These pets, you're the advocates for, and you want to make sure that if you're handing over one of these pets, it's going to a place that's going to love it and treat it properly. And unfortunately, people have an intent to do that, but don't have the skills or ability to execute that.
Right.
So you guys, you know, and you get it. People come to you and they'll be pouring their hearts out. Yes, we know you have a passion, but if you physically aren't able to do it because of your facilities or finances or whatever, then we can't adopt. Now, if you'd like to volunteer, if you want to be around pets, guess what? We can help you there.
Always.
But
And-
we're not going to let you be a pet owner if you do not have the means to be a pet owner.
Right. And, you know, that's just like people having like 6 and 7 kids when they don't physically have the means to support 6 or 7
You've
kids.
got enough struggles in your life. Let's not add
Create
more to that.
Right.
Yes.
And so we don't want it to be a struggle for you and for the animal, because when you're stressed, they sense
Sure.
it and they become stressed.
It's not fair to the pet.
No, it's not.
So this is why you guys are a little strict on it, because you're the advocates for these pets when no one else was. And so you're for lack of a better term, you're a bit of a mama bear when it comes to the animals. They're like your kids, and you're going to treat them as such. And that's just what it is. And trust me, you want that too, because at the end of the day, if you're not prepared for this, it's not going to be a good experience for you.
No, and you know, if you have questions and you're unsure of something,
Yeah.
call.
Raising a pet is not a whole lot different than raising a child. It's a little bit cheaper, but really isn't. And I mean, shoot, they even got healthcare insurance and everything for pets now. That's a thing.
Next is going to be dog college or cat college.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they already have dog training and cat training, so kind of we do have dog and cat college.
Absolutely. A little bit.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
it's cheaper.
They're better trained than some of us, to be honest.
It's cheaper. But our main goal is to make sure that it's not going to overwhelm you and it's not going to overwhelm the pet.
Yeah.
And we want it to be a smooth, easy transition of welcoming a new member into your family.
Yeah.
Recently, we've had a couple of families come in, and that was what they decided they wanted for Christmas was instead of buying Christmas gifts for everybody, they went down and they picked out an animal to welcome into the family.
I love that. As a family choosing that's a great idea.
And so one of the families that recently adopted one of the cats, they had adopted one of our cats a little over a year ago.
Okay.
And so they're like, he seems lonely, but then he doesn't seem lonely. So they were a little unsure going back and forth. And the son said, Mom, if he's lonely when we're at school and you're at work, he needs a friend. And if he doesn't like the friend, he has a perch and she can have a perch. So the son actually kind of drew everything in together.
Nice.
Which is really funny because in the beginning, when they first were looking at the cats to adopt, the son was like, maybe we need a dog. And the mom's like, no, we need a cat. But this family is so wonderful. They would come in, like the kids would get out of school and the mom would bring them or the dad would bring them, whoever was off work. And they would spend like an hour each day visiting with a different cat until everybody had a good decision on which one fit better for their lifestyle.
They did a legit research on
3
this.
weeks.
Good for them.
Before they decided which cat. Which is perfectly fine. We want you to be 100% sure of what you want.
Absolutely.
And who's going to be a better fit inside your household.
And let's face it, these cats will be with them for the next 18, 20 years of their life.
And it's funny because, the cat that they adopted from us was a very big, heartwarming cat to us at the shelter. So we actually got Christmas cards last year with, the family and Carl. And so I was laughing. I was like, so this year you need to hurry up so we can get a Christmas card with Carl and her.
The new edition.
And she started laughing. She goes, we're going to go home and get on it right now. But it's really funny because, knowing the situation of the cat and the personality of the cat that they took home makes it so much easier for us knowing the personalities of the ones we currently have.
Absolutely.
To help mix well into the household.
Absolutely. And guess what? I'm going to venture on a guess that the children of that family, when they grow up to start their own families, they're probably going to have the same traditions.
I think so.
With pets and things too, like that. They're creating a whole just tradition there, I think, for their family. It's really cool. So.
Until you get to your limit and can't afford them. So
that's right.
Don't new animal every Christmas.
See, I love them too, but I have reeled into 2 cats. I'm not going any more than 2 cats because anything above that is just madness. Two's a good sweet spot. They can accompany each other when we're not around. They're very
beat each other up when you don't know it.
But they don't really tear up the house too much. And the only real problem we have is when we don't give them the laxatone enough and they start hairballing up. But other than that, they're pretty good. So.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: cats will act like they don't like each other.
Oh, they love each other.
Wait till they're not looking. Like one day I found both cats under the bed right next to each other, like hanging out. And I was like, I thought y'all hated each other. Why y'all like it? And they were doing it like secretly under the bed, loving on each other.
For the thrift store, really quickly.
Yes.
So as of now, all Christmas is 75% off.
Okay. Is there still good selection? I know you had a big sale.
They're still pulling more stuff out of the.
Well, that's just it. You guys have a bevy of Christmas that you can't put it all out at once.
Ironically, people are actually going and buying other Christmas stuff and donating their old Christmas stuff currently.
So
and
it's kind of replenishing itself.
I'm like, huh.
But that's great because people are thinking and using, and that's the whole idea. Because every time you make a purchase out of that building, you're helping to take care of those pets.
Yes. If you are going to have a lot of family over for Christmas or company, and you're needing some dishware, they have a lot of dishware sets.
Nice.
So you don't have to worry about mismatched plates.
Yeah.
They have sets. If you are needing cold winter clothes, they have a lot of winter clothes.
Nice. So please go there. If you need a winter coat, don't pay hundreds of dollars for a new one. Go down there and pay like $20 for one.
They have a couple of big area rugs. Very nice, very beautiful. The standard size that you buy. Like as tall as me and a lot longer than me. But they have a couple of those. very appropriately priced. If you have a need for bedding, like sheets or pillowcases, they have a lot of sheets and pillowcases. Not a whole lot of blankets. Somebody came in and wiped them out.
Okay. Are they various sizes?
They
like
are various
queen,
sizes
full,
from
king?
actually toddler beds.
Okay.
The day beds.
Infant beds.
Up to king size.
Nice. So from the whole gamut pretty much.
And pretty much.
Excellent.
And then this Saturday only, the 16th, all clothes in the store will be half off.
Wow.
So whether it's hanging, baskets, all clothes are going to be half off.
And folks, a lot of times you'll see clothes in there and it's still brand new, got the tag on.
Yes. Yeah. I recently just bought my husband a brand new pair of Wranglers for $5 because it was half off.
Well, what happened was someone bought them and said, these are tighter. These things shrunk on me.
Well, no, they still had the tag on.
Right, but I think they probably thought they were a 32 and were actually a 34 or whatever it was.
We had a bunch of clothes actually donated that had like the theft tags on them.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, great. You know, we can't sell them.
Right, because you can't get those off.
We actually called the store where they were stolen from, and they're like, well, they're already out of our inventory. Just bring them down and we'll take the tags off for you.
Well, that was nice.
It was very nice.
That was nice. Please don't steal clothes and then donate them to the thrift store.
Please don't. If you bought it, tried it on, you thought it looked good, got home, looked in the other mirror and changed your mind, and you want to donate it, perfect. But
Please
don't go robbing Peter to help Paul.
No. Yeah,
no.
please.
If it's from your own genuine heart and you have it, please. We would greatly appreciate it.
And please call ahead if you're making donations and things so we can make arrangements. We don't want stuff just left out there because it either gets stolen, damaged, or not what its intended purpose was.
Right. And if you have large furniture, please call ahead. Make sure that we have space. Right now, the whole back area, they have it set up kind of like with all the Christmas stuff. So we would have to move the furniture in a different area.
Gotcha. So, yeah, right now we're kind of overflowing with the Christmas decor. Now, that being said, we would love to have it if you can hold on to it for a week or two. And then when space is cleared out, we'll have arrangements made to come and get it, pick it up from you or whatever.
So what we're going to do for Christmas, since Christmas is on a Sunday and Monday this year and we're naturally closed, next Saturday, the kennels and the thrift store will both be closing at 12.
All right, very good. But you will be open until noon.
We will be open until noon.
Okay.
As of the 19th, adoptions will stop.
Okay, and it's what, 10 to noon?
Yeah, 10 to 12.
10 to noon on the 23rd of December, the eve of Christmas Eve. So
I'm having a squirrel moment. There's a hawk in the tree with a pigeon in its claws.
Oh, wow. You get some good sights out our windows sometimes. I had a bird sit here and tap on the window one time. That was a little unnerving.
I'm going to zoom in and take a picture of that because nobody's going to believe me.
Yeah, I occasionally I see things out this window that people don't believe me. And so I'm glad someone else saw something. Because usually I'll see it and I was like, there's a bird tapping on that window. I think he's trying to talk to me. And people look at me like I'm stupid. And I'm like, no, it's happening. And as a matter of fact, they did get a picture of one once. Oh, I just saw the time. We better wrap this up.
So we will, adoptions will stop until after Christmas.
Okay.
We will do adoptions up until the 19th.
Okay.
And then after that, we will resume them the week after Christmas.
Okay. Check back with the website if you were looking for pets and things and the shelter's closed. RoswellHumane.org. You can see every single animal that is calling the Humane Society home. If you see not available next to it, that means it's in quarantine. Does not mean it's been adopted. It's in quarantine. Call and check and ask if you find one that's in quarantine that looks like you're falling in love with. And when it's comes out of quarantine, you can get on down there and get first dibs on that particular pet there. So
we have a few that are probably going to come out right before Christmas.
Okay.
But they're not.
But they won't be available till after because you guys are adopting afterwards.
But we do have some smaller dogs that will be coming out. But we have a lot of little dogs right now, and I mean a lot.
So if you like the little ones around the house, please come out. We got a fine selection right now.
Yes, we do. Thank you very much, and sorry to run over.
No problem. Well, thank you for helping us out. So, RoswellHumane.org. Go there, become a member. That's another way. If you want to give other Christmas gifts and support, become a member.
Membership renews in January, so if you start sending in memberships now, it'll start for 2024.
Nice.
So please, if you want to give a gift to somebody, pay for a membership for them.
And do it in their name. That's a great way to do it.
And a lot of people are actually, instead of buying people gifts, they're making donations in their name.
Love it.
And so if you tell us this is made in honor of so-and-so for Christmas and give us their information, we will send them a card telling them you sent a donation for them for Christmas.
Thank you for being loved.
Yes. Perfect.
Absolutely. Well, Crystal, if I don't see you before then, I think next time I see you is after
see you on
Christmas.
Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Roswell
Monday
C.
for never mind. But we'll see you officially in your Humane Society hat after Christmas.
Yes.
So, very good. So have a great week. I will see you next week. And then I'll wish you Merry Christmas. Thanks, Crystal.
Thank you.
All right. us for most of the year. All of the scripted content has been delayed. Now that those strikes have been resolved, they're back filming and all that. So all the commercials on network TV are now promising new episodes, I think in January or February, after the Super Bowl. So February. That's what most, like when the Super Bowl starts there, they're starting to, we're going to bring back all our new shows, Ghost and Young Sheldon and all the scripted TV. But it got me thinking, because if you look at the last 6 months of television, the one thing that they found to replace scripted shows because of the writer strike is game shows and reality shows.
Right.
That's why you're inundated with game shows on television. You know, I think NBC, that's all they're showing for certain nights. You know, Let's Make a Deal or whatever is the...
They're calling it like Family Game Night, basically.
Yeah. So what's kind of got me is, how does that work? Like, okay, like Gordon Ramsay's got 60 shows. He's a chef, so he probably doesn't have a Screen Actors Guild acting credit.
Right.
But like Fox shows a show called Snake Oil, hosted by David Spade.
Okay.
And it's a game show where you got to figure out the product's real or fake. It's actually a pretty entertaining show. But I'm pretty sure David Spade is part of the Screen Actors Guild.
100%.
How does he get to do that? Is he not? Because technically he's not acting?
Exactly. You can as far as I understand, the Screen Actors Guild contracts basically state you cannot act in a scripted performance if you're under SAG-AFTRA.
But here's the thing. Does that mean that Spade has to create his own jokes and everything? Because technically there's no writers for the show, and I'm sure they write some of that. You know what I mean?
My guess is a lot of it is his quick wit, is his, and yeah, they're show writers, but they aren't necessarily, screenwriters. They're not.
Yeah, but wouldn't they be part of SAG?
But I feel like there's caveats for game shows, for things like that.
Okay.
Because one of the other things that I noticed was, if you go back and watch like Fallon or like Seth, like the late night shows, they were really struggling when they came back to get people on, because nobody could go on to promote their projects.
Right.
So they were putting on like B-list NBA stars, and like having them play the normal games they would have like Charlize Theron do or whatever.
Right. And
I'm pretty sure
late night, but I heard that.
I'm pretty sure the Screen Actors Guild contract extends to acted performances, of a performative nature.
Okay.
Now, I don't think it qualifies under game shows, because the other thing is, like, you look at, and again, I know I always bring it to this, but pro wrestling, they've had a whole team of writers, but they're all employed by,
could one make the argument that David Spade is acting like a game show host? Because clearly he's not. He's a comedian.
Right. But is he doing it well?
Sometimes. I mean, it's David Spade. So if you like David Spade, then you like him. If you don't like David Spade, you're not going to like him, because he's just being David Spade. His little one-liners, he'll do some innuendo jokes, what he does.
I would have to look into it, but I'm sure there's some kind of caveats as far as like the Screen Actors Guild goes.
Yeah. I just got me thinking about that, because I'm like, where do they draw the line there? Is like, that's technically a function that covers your SAG or whatever. I don't know.
Says, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good, Roy.
I was going to say, they're not actors, technically. They're sports entertainers.
Yeah, David Spade ain't.
No, the wrestlers.
Oh.
This says game shows and reality shows that have actors who are members of SAG-AFTRA will not be permitted to film. Shows like Jeopardy were delayed while the writer's strike was ongoing, since many of the writers were members of the Writers Guild of America.
Okay.
Huh.
So some shows were more impacted
So maybe
than
this was something that was put in the can beforehand.
And that's the other thing. Maybe this thing was filmed years ago, and it was sitting in a can waiting for a moment like this. A moment like this. And this happened.
I was going to say, that doesn't stop LeBron James from acting whenever somebody touches him.
Well, he's not acting. He's just bad. Although bad acting is acting. So
I blame the Europeans for bringing flopping over to the States.
Yeah, flopping.
They're stupid soccer. They're not even good. Like, I watch Wrexham now. I know when that stuff's fake. I'm an expert.
Right.
I think the coaches flop more than the players.
They're a dramatic bunch. All right, it is closing in on 10 o'clock. Town Hall News is coming up next. Next hour, we're going to play our interview with Janine Kornbest from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, talking about their next meeting, which will be next Wednesday at the Roswell Convention Civic Center. It's a Christmas party. So we'll talk about that with her next hour. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jeremy House. A top American envoy says the U.S. and Israel have discussed a timetable for scaling back intense combat operations in the war against Hamas, even though they agree the overall fight will take months. Former Israeli ambassador to the United States, Dr. Michael Oren, says President Biden's claim that Israel has been indiscriminately bombing civilian areas in Gaza is untrue and unfair.
But they simply have to stop this rhetoric of accusing us basically of war crimes. The subtext is you Israelis are liars and you Israelis are murderers. And you can imagine how harmful that is.
Dr. Oren was interviewed by the Salem Radio Network. The Senate will delay its Christmas break to try and achieve a compromise on border reforms.
The Senate had been expected to leave town for its Christmas break after wrapping up business this week. But Majority Leader Charles Schumer now says the body will return on Monday in hopes of reaching a border compromise. Republicans are demanding major policy changes they say are needed to secure the border as part of their support for the supplemental spending bill for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. GOP senators don't appear optimistic. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says, quote, I think we're a long way from being able to pass something that matters by the end of the year. Bob Agnew reporting.
A ballistic missile fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels has slammed into a cargo ship in the Red Sea near the strategic Bab el-Mandeb Strait. That followed another attack only hours earlier that struck a separate vessel. The Oregon Supreme Court has heard arguments in a lawsuit filed by Republican state senators who boycotted the legislature earlier this year and want to run for re-election. The GOP senators are challenging the Secretary of State's interpretation of a voter-approved constitutional amendment aimed at stopping legislative walkouts. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Donald Trump's Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
A British teen missing since age 11 was found walking along a road in southwestern France.
British authorities say Alex Batty is believed to have been kidnapped by his mother and grandfather and disappeared while vacationing in Spain in 2017. Fabien Axedini in Toulouse, France, delivers medicine to pharmacies at night.
He told me that she was kidnapped by his mother and grandfather.
He says he spotted the adolescent looking lost and haggard by the side of a road and talked with him before driving him to the police station. I'm Jennifer King.
A small explosion in an electrical facility caused a momentary power outage in New York City. Lights flickered, a subway line was disrupted, and some elevators and escalators briefly stopped running. The brief outage just before midnight last night affected most of the city. The president of the power utility, Con Edison, says a piece of equipment at a Brooklyn substation short-circuited. News and analysis at townhall.com. Federal employees are being told to go green on government travel.
In its latest push to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the White House said federal employees should rent electric vehicles and opt for rail trips when feasible. It said doing so would save money and the environment. Specifically, federal government workers were told to rent EVs when costs are less or equal to gas-powered vehicles, and to travel by train instead of flying on trips under 250 miles. Greg Clugston, the White House.
A prosecutor in Denmark says authorities are holding 2 people in custody and 4 others are the target of a terrorism investigation. The case coincides with 1 arrest in the Netherlands and several in Germany of alleged Hamas members. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 47 points. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq is ahead by 96. The S&P is down a fraction. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
And now I don't even want to do it. Oh, Tracy Inviernos. Sorry. I couldn't resist that one. When you have kids, it's like, the malicious compliance is the term I've used on several occasions. Mm-hmm. It's like, I was going to do it what you wanted me to do anyways, but now that you said that this is what you want me to do, now I'm not even going to do it.
Yep, because we don't like to be controlled.
No, I wanted it to be like a thing that I did for you. But now it's just a thing you asked for.
Now you expect it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? In a weird kind of way, that summarizes Christmas in my head.
Right? You're not wrong. I would have done this for you anyways, but now they're making me do it. I don't want to.
I enjoy getting gifts for people, making them happy. I don't like when it's expected.
When it's pressed upon you from an arbitrary date, when everything else still happens, bills still happen.
Yeah.
Fees still happen.
Yeah.
Traumas still happen.
Yeah. And I think maybe that's part of my, like my perfect Christmas is literally just family together.
Yeah.
No gift exchanges, just hanging out and eating and celebrating.
Although, I'm pretty excited. I got my Secret Santa gift yesterday when I procured it. And this is the thing. I'm not a huge fan of the white elephant concept, but when I'm there, I am in. It's a game to me. And there's 2 things you want to have happen. You want to walk away with a decent get.
Sure.
But you also want to have the thing that gets fought over.
Yeah.
The thing that hits the max amount of steals. And I think I might have gotten that.
Okay.
I think my gift might. Now I know there's going to be some other heavy hitters and contenders, but I think mine might be one that's
you're always
highly
going
coveted.
to play second fiddle to liquor, because liquor is always the most exchange. Unless you pick some god awful booze, that stuff changes hands very quickly.
Who said it wasn't liquor?
I'm not saying it's not. I just know.
That being said, if you bring a barrel of Malort, it probably ain't going to go.
I know the group that's at this Christmas party, and every year we have it. The liquor gets stolen more than anything else.
But that's the thing is, I think mine is going to get stolen a lot because it's the liquor, but it's also a fun concept. So
it's a game.
A bit.
It includes an activity.
It includes, it's a first date essentially.
Yeah. I used to do the move where I'd go practical, and I don't know why. I just did. I'd go in and be like, yeah, here's a $20 George Foreman grill or $30, whatever it was. And I always give those because, like, someone might want this.
Yeah.
And someone took it every time. And I mean, not because they have to. Usually they exchange once, but there was like 3 or 4 years there. I'm giving like a blender. I'm like, hey, these are useful.
Yeah,
gifts.
exactly. Go practical.
It's not the $200 one, but if
it was a blender full of like little bottles of Jose Cuervo, then we're talking.
Yeah. Well, I've done all. And I've gotten some pretty bad gifts over the years.
Oh, okay. By far, bar none, the worst white elephant gift I ever got. Now I'll say this: it was effective because still to this day I remember who gave it to me and the reaction it got. It was a Royal Dansk cookie tin. You know the ones I'm talking about? Those butter shortbread cookies that everybody loves?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll do some cookies. Filled to the brim, mind you, with Skittles and M&Ms. Mixed together. That is pure evil is what that is.
Yeah. It forces you to eat one by one.
Exactly. You can't enjoy a handful of them unless you go through them meticulously.
Although, did the Skittle chocolate combo work?
No, it does not.
I didn't know. I was wondering. I was like, you never know. It might be a beautiful little combo. Is it?
They would have released chocolate-covered Skittles if that ever worked. But no, it does not because the chocolate goes away real quick and then you're just sitting there just chewing still. And it's,
with a hint of Skittles.
It's
or
not.
A hint of M&M.
Yeah.
I could see that.
It ain't all it's cracked up to be.
What if you went with a different M&M? Instead of a regular. I know it'd be visually different.
Well, and that's the thing is he specifically went with the plain M&Ms.
Yeah, because
and the
visually
regular Skittles for the size differential.
See, now I think it would be nice if you did Reese's Pieces and M&Ms mixed together.
Now, see that's a good flavor combo. Yeah. That's something that could easily be enjoyed by the handful.
Reese's already figured that one out. Right. Chocolate peanut butter, but that would be a nice gift.
That's pure evil. And I was begging people to steal it. Nobody did. And out of spite, I enjoyed every last one of them, but I had to do it meticulously.
Yeah. Let's see, over the years, like I've gotten, like one time I got a, and this one was actually a good one. And this was Mr. Salisbury, Mr. Tommy Salisbury. Go see him at Candlewood. But he used to work for us many, many moons ago.
I see.
And, so one year he did a gift where he literally went to like Bed Bath and Beyond and bought like a little $5 kit that's got the little sample shampoos and lotions and some foo-foo garbage that, women like it.
Hand soaps and whatnot.
Yeah. So I opened my gift and I got that. And I was like, oh, nice. I pretended to be nice and all that. And of course, no one stole it. No one stole it. No one wanted it. And I was early too. I was one of the early ones. And so I had it and no one stole it. And then at the end of it, Tommy goes, hey, lift up that basket. I said, what? He taped a $50 bill underneath the basket. I was like,
nice.
Y'all didn't want to steal it now, huh?
Yeah.
Now
that's how you do it.
That was a good one.
You go covert.
Yeah, Tommy did that. Now, other years, not so well. One year that actually I enjoyed it because it gave me lots of radio play later.
Sure.
Was I got this rubber chicken thing that when you squeezed it made this god awful noise. Yeah. It sounded like something out of Deliverance. And so that was handy for a radio guy, The other thing I got, which I ended up doing a reverse embarrassment on the other people, was, and technically this person still works for us. She gave me, her gift was, which I ended up with. It wasn't like gifted for me. I opened it up, and inside it were 2 articles of clothing.
Okay.
A pair of granny panties. And a Mexican racist T-shirt.
All right.
And what I mean by that, it was a shirt that if I wore it, I would have got beat up. It was basically a T-shirt with that, and you've all seen it, with the cactus tree and the dude in the big sombrero sleeping on it, and it said something, and I don't remember, but it was very racist.
Something I'm not going to repeat.
I don't even remember, but it was very racist.
All right.
Racist Mexican.
Well, a Mexican gave it to me, and it was racist towards Mexicans. So,
that changes my answer entirely. I was like, I think I know. Nope, I was wrong. I was very wrong.
So technically, they did it as a joke, but if I wore it, so what I did, in that year we had our Christmas party at La Fonda. And y'all know it gets busy at lunchtime at La Fonda.
No. There's not 16-minute waits.
In the middle of all that, I walked out, put them granny panties over my clothes. I didn't take my pants off and the racist T-shirt, and I diddled around a little bit while everyone was like, I can't believe you're doing this. Everyone was freaked out. I was like, y'all gave me this.
That's right.
You're going to see the results.
Give me a sombrero. I'm doing a dance in a circle.
So, yes, I've had some interesting gifts over the year. And I always give Thomas a hard time about the remote control. So you have to that's a little inside baseball. But years ago, this was probably like early 2010s time frame. T-Beard, our sales manager, he's not always, like now I think he's got it. He just gives liquor. But there was a few years in his younger days where he was doing other things. And one year, he got a gift that was a remote, like a universal remote for your TV, but it was giant. Like,
I've seen these, yeah.
Like, it was like 2 feet big. It was huge. And he got it, and no one stole it. So he took it home.
Okay.
1 year later, Secret Santa shows up, and that remote control shows up there. Thomas regifted it and tried to give away. And I'm like, you do not remember. You don't think we won't remember a giant remote control? Like, you're just going to slip that one in. Like, he legit thought he was going to slip it by everybody.
What that tells me is the amount of gift exchange parties that Thomas was going to that year. He's like, well, I only got the one, so.
But it was just funny. Because I called it, I was like, y'all don't remember this of all the gifts? I mean, it was a giant remote control. I was like, that was last year's gift.
Can I be honest with you, though?
So for years, we gave Thomas a hard time. Matter of fact, I did bring it up the other Tuesday when I went up and everyone's sitting there and they were talking about the mean Santa. And Thomas said something like, I got my gift for this. And I said, is it a remote control? And Gene got it, but no one else did.
Honestly, and being completely honest with you, I could stand to have a giant remote control, a universal remote, because my kid loses her friggin' remote every single day.
Well,
That's something I could just tape to the wall.
I'm pretty sure this one will get sat on or stepped on or broke real easy.
Probably.
Because it's so big, it's in the way of everything. like you just can't put it on the coffee table because it's the entire coffee table. Yeah. I think it was even bigger, though. Like, this thing was legit as long as this board.
That's awesome. Lose this.
So
at least you didn't try to like regift the same like 3-pound Hershey's Kiss from last year.
Yeah, although I would have ate that.
Yeah, but I feel like there's some bloom.
I'm not gonna lie. There's one of those that's got my curiosity piqued.
Okay.
Reese's. They have a peanut butter cup that's literally the size of a pie.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I want to see what's going on there. I want to open that up and I want to see what's going on.
It's a big peanut butter cup.
It is.
Yeah.
I just want to see what's like. Because it's got to mess with the chocolate to peanut butter ratio that a regular Reese's has, or did they truly scale it?
I feel like if
to the ratios,
if they truly scaled it, it should have next to no chocolate on top in the middle.
Yeah,
as most of the Reese's I get in the package tend to be.
Yeah, so I'm just curious, but I do want to get that big thing and I want to open it. So if y'all get one, I want it for Secret Santa because I legit. I'm going to guess, but not me.
Mike's going to eat it like a hand fruit.
You darn right I am. I'm going to eat it. It's a Reese's cup. I'm going to eat it's a Reese's cup. I'm going to eat it like a Reese's cup.
Hey, and a decade of advertising has taught me there is no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
There you go. And the other thing with Reese's that they've got me hooked is they've got a commercial right now for caramel Reese's.
Ooh.
It's the peanut butter with a thin layer of gooey caramel and the chocolate. That sounds like something I want to try. I just haven't procured it at a store yet, but I've seen the commercials a couple times.
I'm going to tell you the best seasonal candy that I've ever had. Werther's has these soft chews.
I'm a Werther's fan.
And there's a caramel apple version of the soft chews. It is the
I've
best
never had their soft
candy.
ones,
It's
but
so good.
I am a huge fan of their hard candies. So
yeah, those are amazing. Yeah. They're also fantastic if you want to like infuse them into a liquor.
Like old people got it right with the Werther's.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't care what anybody says. Butterscotch you can have it. That's fine. But the Werther's, that's a 10. If your grandma or grandpa hands you a Werther's, kids, you take that one.
Grandparents of today know Werther's. Grandparents of my generation, it was a bowl of hard ribbon candies.
Yeah, we had butterscotch, and my grandmother was a huge fan of Mary Jane.
Oh my God, I hated those.
She loved them. Like if I ever got any in my Halloween stash, there was 2 candies that Grandma got every time. Special Darks.
Okay.
And Mary Jane's.
Yeah, the Mary Janes were. That's like cruelty to kids.
Well, she loved them.
I'm amazed they're still in business.
Yep, she loved them. Granted, she drank a 12-pack of beer a day.
Sure.
So it might have messed up with her taste buds a little bit.
Different flavors hit different tongues different ways. You know?
It is 9:19. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our weekend looks pretty good. Low pressure is headed out of the area. We do have a cool high pressure system moving in from the central Rockies. That'll keep us in the upper 50s on the afternoon high today. We should get lots of sunshine though. Wind will be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear and cold, upper 20s to about 30, and then sunshine and 60 on Saturday. A little warmer Sunday, mid-60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 32 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 92%. Winds currently out of the north at 3 miles per hour. Sunny for today. Expect highs near 60. Winds will be out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Expect an overnight low of 30 degrees. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. For your Saturday, sunny, high of 61 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. Expect an overnight low of 30. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies, 66 for a high. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear Sunday night with an overnight low of 32. And then Monday when you head back to work and school, mostly sunny, 55 for a high there. Hey, real quick, do want to remind folks that American Legion Post 61, family I'm part of, tomorrow is our Wreaths Across America Wreath Placement Day. We got close to 200 wreaths that were delivered, I believe, yesterday. And we have them, and beginning at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're all going to be meeting at Memory Lawn Cemetery to place the graves, or the wreaths on the graves of veterans here in town. Obviously, many hands make less work on this one, so we'd love to invite the public to come and be a part of it with us. Families, scouts, I think, are going to have some scouts out there with us and some other folks. But if you are interested in participating with us, we'd love to have you come out and help us put some wreaths on some very fine folks that have done a lot to secure your freedom. So that's tomorrow morning, again, 10 a.m. at Memory Lawn Cemetery on East 19th Street. Just if you get on 19th, head east on 19th, and you'll see it there on your left. All right, it is 22 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview we had with Janine Best from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, talking about their next meeting Wednesday of next week. That's up next. Don't go away.
Christmas in New Mexico means tamales, and the best tamales in the world come from right here. El Charro tamales are handmade the same way they have been made for 75 years, in red with pork or green with cheese. Tamales from El Charro are the perfect gift for the ones you love, to bring the flavors of home into your holiday. Order yours today by calling 575-622-8590 or stop by 1711 South Virginia in Roswell, behind the old Kmart. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from El Charro, celebrating 75 years of flavor from the Trujillo family to yours.
Taking the first steps to getting mental health care can be difficult, but you aren't alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our compassionate team of experts specialize in behavioral and mental health services for teenagers and adults. If you or someone you love needs help, don't wait. We're committed to understanding your unique needs and creating a treatment plan that's right for you. Request an appointment at our Artesia or Carlsbad offices by visiting artesiageneral.com/you matter.
When you can't be home, make your space feel more like home with Candlewood Suites, Roswell, New Mexico, featuring extended stay rooms, complete with kitchenettes in a quiet area, plus plenty of great amenities, including free hot coffee 24/7, and the Candlewood Cupboard 24-hour convenience store, plus the Candlewood Gym and free laundry facilities. Cool off in the outdoor pool, complete with hot tub, and enjoy the outdoor gazebo and grills. And the Candlewood Lending Locker for stuff you couldn't pack, like crock pots, board games, and more. Call 575-623-4300 to find out more. Candlewood Suites, where everyone here is sweet on you. Your home home away from home. This season, Pecos Valley Production invites you to help out those in need. Now through December 20th, all PVP locations will be accepting non-perishable food items as well as new unwrapped toys for those in need this season. You can brighten someone's day, and while you're there, enter to win a $200 giveaway. Your contribution will stay local and make a huge difference in the lives of those in need this Christmas. For more information, stop by any Pecos Valley Production location or call 575-914-2732. Drop off your donations now at any Pecos Valley Production location, because giving back is the dank thing to do.
Are you looking for a way to serve your community? Look no further than the New Mexico Army National Guard. Whether it's disaster relief or defending our freedoms, the New Mexico Army National Guard is always ready to serve. Gain valuable skills, receive world-class training, and be a part of a team that makes a difference. Step up and become the best version of yourself. To join the New Mexico Army National Guard, call us at 1-800-GO-GUARD. That's 1-800-GO-GUARD.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:29, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, Janine Best back with us. Good morning.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
How's life in your world this morning?
It's good. It's nice and drizzly, and it's really not a rain. It's kind of a heavy mist out there.
It is. It feels like we're in London or something like that.
I live about 5 or 6 blocks to the west of here, and I had to turn my windshield wipers on at least 4 times to get across the streets there.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what I was mentioning earlier. This is the first time ever I got oil change and all that done on my Jeep over the weekend, and I got the wiper blades replaced. And normally it's like 6 months before I get to try them. And by that time they're already half dry rotted.
I was just thinking I need to go get mine replaced on this pickup because they're streaking.
Yeah, but today I was like, oh, look at that. 4 days later, I was like, oh, they're quiet.
Exactly.
There's not a big streak in the middle. I was
exactly.
Like, gonna be a good day, Mike.
Exactly. Of course, it's supposed to, like you said, I was listening to the weather. It's supposed to do this a while.
Yeah, so I get to really put them into practice.
Which is very interesting, but then it's going to head east to Amarillo and all of that. But
sure.
I kind of like that it's not cold.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I didn't get my pecans out of the yard yet, so hopefully they'll soak up a little more water.
There you go. Get a little more moisture and
a little more meat.
Hopefully they're getting good moisture up in the mountains too.
I have no clue.
We'll need that later. For folks that are not familiar, the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, they're an organization that do kind of what the title says there. They are an organization that supports the Republican Party and supports the candidates that are running as Republicans during election cycles and things like that. When that's not going on, they are a service organization for the community, helping out other service organizations, working with their own youth and scholarships and things like that. So it's a nonprofit that is busy all the time. It gets really busy in election cycles.
Yeah, and we touch a lot of people between our literacy and our Americanism. We helped you guys with the wreath.
Big thank you to them. That's I didn't get a chance to say it, but thank you to the Chaves County Federated Republican Women on behalf of American Legion Post 61. They generated $551, and I don't remember the exact number, but $550 for wreaths across America, which I'm gonna cross plug.
Yep.
By the way, this Saturday is our wreath distribution day. The wreaths that you guys helped donate towards, and everyone else did. We've got I think close to 200 wreaths that we're going to be distributing. Which you guys, about 35 of those I think covered what you guys did. So this Saturday morning the wreaths come at 10 a.m. We're all going to meet at Memory Lawn Cemetery, which is on 19th Street. If you go east on 19th and just drive for a while, and then you'll see it on your left if you're coming off Main. We're going to all meet there at 10 o'clock. The wreaths will be there, and we'll start distributing. All are welcome to come help us do that. I know we're going to have, I think, some of the scouts and things, but the public is more than welcome.
Oh, it should be pretty with the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
With the shower, wash everything off and get it all prepared.
And then, by Saturday, we should be done with all that. Yeah. So it should be a beautiful morning to come out and make sure we distribute those 200 wreaths. Now we'll distribute most of them there. We will take some out to the Veterans Memorial. We'll also take them to the one down at the other cemetery, also the one on the courthouse lawn as well too. So but if you would like to be a part of that and join us with that, We're all going to meet 10 a.m. At Memory Lawn. There,
so do they just, of course, now you've got me off on a different rabbit trail. Did they just put them at the
graves of veterans?
So they go through the whole cemetery and
we have a map, if you
Okay.
will, that tells us. And some of the graves are actually, you can physically see a veteran's marking. Some of them have a little coin that's kind of embedded into the
Oh,
tombstone.
interesting. My uncle does, and he passed in World War II.
Okay.
And he doesn't. Of course, it's on a private lot at
Right,
South Park,
but they
so
have
they're hard to find.
We have the map.
The map
that kind of tells us who's where, and we will go and leave it, and then of course the more we get, the more we do. But we got about 200 we're going to be distributing here on Saturday. So
nice.
So
well,
big
and we
you.
help a lot with that. Like we did our Veterans Day luncheon.
Yes, which was an amazing luncheon.
Big. Thank you for being part of our
I was honored to
speakers.
be a part of that, and I hope it was great to meet a bunch of veterans,
wonderful.
and I hope they went away full, and
They did.
Yeah.
So are you going to come back next week and sit on Santa's lap?
Well, I don't know if Santa wants me to be on his lap. But.
We'll sit you next to it, or we could have the little elves running around. We have a couple elves.
It just reminded me of a joke. I saw a meme on Facebook that made me laugh, and this one's it hits two nerd sections here.
Okay.
A Christmas Story in Star Wars. So the meme was Santa sitting there, and then there's a stormtrooper sitting on his lap, and the stormtrooper and the Santa says to the stormtrooper, "You can't have a Red Rider. You're going to shoot your eye out." And the stormtrooper says, "Not even if I tried." And it's a joke to the fact that stormtroopers never shoot straight. So.
Okay.
Just your Santa thing reminded me of
that.
Yeah.
I love my Red Rider. Oh.
But so Santa's coming for next week.
Santa's coming for next week, and we have two little elves that are handing little goodies out to everybody.
Maybe
so everybody
bring the
gets
kids for this one.
Yeah,
Come
we have
on.
a lot of little gifts coming out.
Awesome. So this is family. We'll call it family Christmas.
He's kind of a cowboy Santa. I couldn't get his cowboy hat off of him, so that's going to be kind of interesting.
Santa doesn't always go traditional with the red
and in
suit.
this country, cowboys are part of it.
Well, and here, let's be honest. The suits. We
You're
live in
right.
Roswell.
You're right.
He has to have a lighter outfit.
You're right.
Poor man will sweat to death.
We'll tell the convention center to turn their air conditioner on.
I would even expect him in a Hawaiian shirt at this point.
Don't give him any ideas. Don't give him any ideas.
But for folks who don't know, they meet the third Wednesday of every month
Correct.
at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. It's always paired with a delicious lunch.
Yes, this month it is ham or chicken, sweet potato souffle, peas and carrots, because we got tired of green beans, salad, and dessert.
Although I'm not going to lie, the turkey and everything was delicious.
Did you like that?
My favorite thing was the green bean casserole. I loved that green bean casserole. I was like, I want more of that green bean casserole.
Oh, you should have called me. I had some to go home.
I loved that stuff. But
it was good, but we changed to peas and carrots this time.
Awesome. And a sweet potato souffle.
Sweet potato souffle.
Nice. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We have it's not a string quartet, it's a brass quartet.
Okay.
By Sandra, I'm going to butcher this, Weikel, Wickel.
Okay.
She's bringing her brass quartet. And then we have an inspirational speaker, Thoughts on Christmas and All of the Ladies by Chris Lethgo.
Okay.
So he's a pastor, and I'm not sure it's one of the Baptist churches.
I've actually met him, yes. He's a very nice gentleman, but you're right. Unfortunately, I do not remember exactly what church he's associated with.
We were able to meet with him. Very nice man, very family orientated, and he will uplift our spirits for the holiday season.
Awesome. Good deal.
So it's going to be kind of crazy with Santa, and we've got two little elves.
Good deal.
I don't know what size they are. And free pictures with Santa. You
Awesome.
leave your email address, and we will send those to you.
Okay, perfect.
So we'll have a picture thing set up with Santa,
Good
and
deal.
it'll be fun.
Excellent.
It'll be fun. It's all about fun this time.
Yes.
Because in January,
It gets serious.
it gets serious.
Legislative session.
Legislative session.
It's a 30-day, so it's going to be fast and furious.
And a lot of education on the upcoming primaries.
Yeah.
And all
So
of that.
if come for the food
Yes.
and the fun and Santa and all that.
Yes.
But also come for the networking.
Yes.
If you want to talk more, a little bit about, what's coming up here, meet with some of the representatives, because not only will you see the Chaves County Federated Republican women out in droves doing their thing.
Yes.
But, Republican representatives, could be state or local or even higher level sometimes, come by if they've got a message to share, or they're just coming visiting, or they're campaigning. That happens.
And it is going to be on the 20th. Now, the newspaper had it wrong. They had the wrong date down, so it is the 20th.
It's always that third Wednesday.
Always the third Wednesday.
It's 1 week from today.
Correct. I tried to correct that on Facebook. I think it did go kind of out there, but who knows?
But just know in the back of your head, it's always the third Wednesday of the month. About 11:30, everyone starts gathering everything.
We start gathering.
If you don't want lunch, no biggie. You can come and just sit and enjoy it.
And we're always done by 1, so you can get back to work.
Yeah, so that way, exactly. And unless you want to hang out a little after and chit-chat.
And we love you hanging out because you can network.
Absolutely.
Not
and by the way,
out.
I'm going to think if there's leftover food, they'll be like, hey, please take the ham home.
Yes, yes. You can take ham home. Yes, yes. Well, and the chicken.
And the chicken, yeah.
I didn't have chicken. I do the menu, and I didn't have chicken down, and the lady said, well, you got to have something other than ham. Not everybody likes ham. And I'm like, man, what's wrong with those people?
I was going to say, this is how we filter out the Americans.
Yes, exactly. I didn't tell the ladies that because, I'd get dirty looks.
Right,
but,
we make jokes.
I'm
people
always
get all
in
salty.
trouble.
And you tend to light them quicker than others.
I do. I can set a match faster than anybody.
Yeah, I have that ability too. I just try not to use it. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I accidentally do it. I'm just like, that just fell out of my pocket. I don't know what happened there. But
my mouth always overrides everything.
I do that all the time. Matter of fact, we hired a new person, and I was having a conference call, and I started saying what I say, and this was off air. You should meet me off air, but and then I was like, oops, I forgot. Wait a minute. Sorry, you're new. I just talk this way. Don't take offense to it.
I need a warning label. Walk around with a warning label on my head. Warning.
I apologize. I'm a little
Don't be
blunt.
offended.
I'm a bit blunt.
Yeah, don't be offended.
Yeah.
Blunt is very hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
In a world where there's so many confusing things, blunt is my friend.
Yeah.
Blunt is my world I know.
So you do know we're the biggest, Joan wants me to always say, we're the biggest club in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we want to make it bigger.
We want to make it bigger, and we have started our membership drive. So I think we're up to 50 now.
Sure.
And of course, it's an ongoing thing all year.
Well, and this is all the joking aside, joking about bluntness and all this.
Yeah.
Look, we live in a crazy world right now.
We do.
And if you want to do your part to try to, to do something about it, because at the end of the day, if you want to fix things that are wrong, it ain't going to be government. It ain't going to be someone else doing it. It's got to be you.
It's got to be you.
If there's no one that's going to fight for your passions harder than you.
Correct.
So if you want to see change and to get involved, this is the kind of stuff you do.
Yes.
Come to the meeting next Wednesday, enjoy all the food, talk to some people. If it lines up with what you feel is, get involved. Come out and volunteer. Or better yet, meet some of the candidates that are running for this upcoming cycle. They love to put people in touch. If you want to get more involved in it, maybe there's a candidate that you really just line up with ideally here, then you can get more involved in their campaign and stuff and use the Federated Republican Women. Yeah, as a conduit
because it's a
for this.
platform for them to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ladies there.
So we joke about the ham and the fun and the goofiness and all that, but really this is bringing people together to raise awareness on what's going on and B, do something about it through your most powerful thing you have, your vote.
Yeah.
And so this is what this is all about.
And we work hard. We got 5 awards out of 7 from the New Mexico Federated Women. Let's see. Our first place was for our scrapbook. Of course, we keep our history down. I think we are 50 years old in March.
Wow. So is there like a book, like a big scrapbook?
Every year it's a scrapbook.
It looks like some old Harry Potter spell book or something.
Yes. We get together and we do that at least once or twice every couple weeks. And it's or every couple months. And it's probably a good 6 inches thick. It's not electronic. It's all glue and cutting and paper.
You might want to get one of your scholarship students to start creating a digital version of this thing just in case.
No.
Never?
No.
Just to have a backup?
There was a digital one up there this year, and it just doesn't have that love feeling.
I would worry if like a fire or something happened, and you know what I mean. Like
Well-
it was at somebody's house, and because then it's
Maybe
gone,
we'll just
gone.
take pictures of it. And
Yeah.
just
Just
do
at
it
least
that
have
way.
some.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a good thought.
A recording of it, just in case.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good thought. But
Yeah.
man, that love that goes in there, it's almost like a quilting bee when you sit
Sure.
down to do it. It's a girly thing.
Through the generations, it looks a little different. But each one's little artistic flair to it a little bit. You know what I
it's
mean?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
50 years of those. There's quite a few floating around.
Yeah, and imagine even like fashion trends, like things that were popular 30 years ago that aren't today. Maybe
There's
you'll
a
see
few
evidence.
stored in a barn and a few in a house. You know, they're
Love
just
that.
kind of floating all over.
It's really it's a time capsule.
Volunteer hours. We got first place for volunteer hours. Can
Awesome.
you imagine that we have volunteer hours?
That's amazing.
No way.
That's great. That's what it's all about.
Caring for America, first place. Of course, the largest club. Let's see. Was there another one? A diamond award, which is all of our things put together. You know, we have to turn all that
kind of an
information.
overall, like a best in show kind of
best in
category
show kind
thing.
of thing. So that's 5 out of 7. So we were really excited
that's
about
awesome
that.
that you guys are kicking butt. This is what So for folks listening locally here, if you have friends, family, and other parts of the state, get them on the stick.
Yeah.
I want you guys to still kick butt, but I want to give you a little competition. Because,
Really?
Well, the reason why, because at the end of the day, we all win.
Well,
Because
yeah.
if we get the I don't know, the Bernalillo County Federated Republican women acting like you guys are doing, or the Torrance County Federated Republican women doing like you, then it's a win for New Mexico.
It's a little harder for the clubs up north.
Yeah.
You know,
well, they are
sit-
in a little bit different environment than we are.
situation.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
yes.
fun to listen to them and how they talk back.
But
and
if we can
forth
get
about
the
that.
smaller but louder out of them, and because
Yeah.
this is how you raise the voice everywhere.
Exactly.
And we do the competition, but in reality, what's happening is that the message is getting to other parts.
You know,
of the
and
state.
it's just informative.
Mhm.
You know, we have really good meetings. They're quick, they're fast. It's within your lunch hour.
Mhm.
You know, you can get lunch at the same time, network at the same time, and you don't have to network about politics. I
Mhm.
mean, it's just people in a room
Sure.
that kind of all have the same thoughts.
Yeah, it's life.
Yeah.
It's experiencing life, living life, and seeing life kind of the same way, or at
Correct.
least similar. I mean, no
Correct.
one sees it the same, but at least you kind of see it from the same angle here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're living in a place where, and I'm talking globally here, where there's less and less people seeing the way things the way we see things, and I think it's not because the way we see it's wrong. It's because many people are being misguided.
Yes.
And told or being put in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, we just live in that world where.
Well, you can use the word brainwash.
Yeah, we are.
There we are.
Well, and humans by nature are so willing to be told what to do. It seems like sometimes, and
And it's so sad.
Yeah, and this is one of those areas where it hurts us rather than helps us. This is why our government has checks and balances. This is why, because there's going to be times where someone needs to raise the BS flag and do something about it. And when you get rid of the checks and balances that allow that to happen, then you start getting into things like dictatorships.
Yep.
And communism. And,
Ooh,
socialism.
we're right on that fine line, which is very scary.
That's where that leads. And you're going to have a lot of people that tell you otherwise. But the facts and history will tell you otherwise.
History. The kids are not reading the history.
Yep.
That's the problem, and it's repeating itself.
Yes.
And you can see it unfold on the news and stuff now. And I don't care which news you listen to.
Sure.
You can see it unfold, and that's the sad part.
Absolutely. It's one of these things. And unfortunately, people our age, we grew up in a different world where you could trust the news.
Correct.
Like the news came
Correct.
on and you're like, oh, that's
Good old
the
Walter
news.
Cronkite. He
Yes.
told the truth.
And unfortunately, that's not true anymore.
Yeah, it is not.
And so, but unfortunately, we have generations of people like us that were now that when we hear different, something that we trusted for years is not trusted anymore. It's no different than like a breakup of a relationship or
Correct.
something like that. On a scale, that's kind of what people our age, older, and a
Correct.
little younger are dealing with on some of this.
You are right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we have all the truths, but we have as many as we can get there. And we actually bring the people to you that are involved. So you
Right.
can talk straight to the horse's mouth and not listen to the
spin.
The spin.
Yes.
Of course, I would use a different term, but hey, we're on radio. I guess I can't use my words.
I said BS earlier, so I think that'll you get the gist.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of it out there.
Absolutely, and that's just it. But and to be honest, all sides have a lot of this. That's where you have to use your brain and delineate who's trying. Because let's face it, there's folks in the Republican Party that that aren't exactly good people either.
Yes.
And so they have their agendas.
They have their own agendas.
Exactly.
And that's my problem with today's world. They have their own agendas, and they don't care about the rest of the city.
Exactly. While the middle of us, the strong middle, and this one's people are going to get a little mad at me about.
That's okay. I don't mind. Go for it.
Like when people use the term rhino and dino, and I'm like, I know you're trying to attack people on that. It's not a bad thing all the time, is all I'm saying is sometimes the other side has a good idea. We need to at least have a forum where we can listen to
We have to
that.
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And that
listen
doesn't
to all
happen
that.
anymore.
Exactly. And I'm just like, look, you have to go to one extreme or the other, and if you're kind of in the middle, you're a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
That's the way we live in
You've
this
got to
world
learn
today.
to debate.
And unfortunately, I think 99% of us live in the middle. And in a different spectrum of the middle. But I think most of us say, okay, that's a good idea, even though it's from a Democrat, or that's a good idea, even though it's from a Republican.
Yeah.
We all agree. It's like, look, we've all forgotten.
Yes.
We're all on the same team. It's the United States of America. And the rest of the world wants what we have.
Yes.
And if we don't get our crap together and get on the same side, they're going to eat our lunch.
Well, I don't think it's working it that way at this point.
But this is what people need to wake up and see it. China is not your friend.
Correct.
The Middle East
correct.
are not your friend.
And I see where you could take everything out of your house and 90% of it is made by China.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did that happen? When did we close our eyes and farm everything out?
Mm-hmm.
I look at the poor ranchers and farmers now and all the dairies that are closing and stuff. Where are you going to get your food?
Sure. Well, look at World War II.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we kicked butt in World War II, because we made everything.
Exactly.
This country turned right around and just produced. And man, woman, and child were out doing their part to do it. And we kicked butt because of that.
And the problem is they don't know how now.
Right.
That's the common sense is gone.
If World War III hit tomorrow, I don't think we could do what we did in World War II.
We couldn't because the common sense is gone unless you have just that certain generation.
Yeah.
And we're old. Sorry, we're tired.
Yeah. Well, and young people wouldn't even get the concept. Like, no, you don't realize car plants were turning into tank factories.
Yep.
Places that were making bottles were now making ammo. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about.
And we were able to prove that during the little COVID thing.
Yeah.
That, we were able to churn some of these.
Sure. Like you saw like a lot of liquor
around.
companies turning into sanitizer companies and things like that.
We're able to do that. We just have to keep it there.
Yeah. I wonder if you have like a big thing of sanitizer and a vodka bottle, if it's worth money now. Because they were doing some of that during that time. But if you got the sanitizer, but it's in like a vodka bottle because that's what we had to do. I wonder if that one's like got an eBay
I don't know. We'll have to go on eBay and check it out.
I just thought of that. But that's really what we got. And this is what makes this country great. It's not the politics. It's the people rallying when we need to.
Correct.
And that's what makes this country amazing.
We need to shake up and rally and come down and see Santa, and he'll help us rally.
Yeah, I know we got way over here.
We're way over, but that's okay.
Surprise you and I talking, it happens.
But
anyway.
But January, it's all going to hit the fan.
Absolutely.
Because we're going to have legislative
and I've already started seeing from the governor and things they want to focus on in the 30-day, and it's not things you want to focus on.
No, there's other things to focus on other than that.
We're last in or 50th and 49th in so many categories, and none of those things were any things I heard being addressed. But they want to take away your guns.
They want to take away your guns.
But they don't care about your
Amendment.
kids. Yep. They don't care how stupid your kids are. They don't care. Sorry, I'm getting general.
No, you're good. You're good. But I'll rally you back around to the ham meal.
Next Wednesday, come on out to the Roswell Convention Civic Center. Please, if you can RSVP. Go. The Chaves County Federated Republican Women have a Facebook page.
Yes.
It's under Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Put that in the search.
Yep.
It'll pop right up. Like and follow it.
Yes.
That way you can stay up to date on what's going on. But shoot a message saying, hey, and one of the ladies will catch your message. And
you can go back and watch some of the meetings because I've taped some of the meetings.
Yeah, matter of fact, I went back and watched the veterans one.
Okay.
I got to see the video of that. And
I'm not as good as you guys are with your cameras, but I'm trying.
We spent a lot of money to screw this up. So.
I was looking at your one little camera. It says, I have one of those in my closet.
Yeah, these are old school. These are
I
old
like
school.
that.
We haven't upgraded on those yet.
I like old school. Some of us are old school.
We're a mix of modern and ancient. Like one day you ought to come down to our Artesia office. Like that is the museum of stuff. Like the board that's in one of the is literally from 40, 50 years ago.
But does it still work?
It does.
There you go.
It does. It's got a few quirks. It's a little cranky, but it does still work.
Well, I got a few quirks, and I'm a little cranky too.
Me
so.
too. Me too. But, yes. But if you have any questions, Chaves County Federated Republican Women Facebook page, shoot your message there, and come on out next Wednesday. 11:30 is when everything gets underway. I think you really start the program about noon or so.
Yeah.
But food and settling and greeting and meeting and get you some tickets, win some cash or something like that.
Yeah,
all that
we have a custom red purse that we help for our scholarship. You know, we do a door prize scholarship.
And all
deal.
that goes back to the kids. The
all
money
of
that
it goes back to the kids. The kids need to start thinking about their patriotism and stuff like that so we can get our scholarships made.
These ladies are setting the foundation for the next generation here. And these young men and women that are under the scholarship program, these are your next mayors and city councilors and business owners and things like that. So,
exactly.
Good deal. As always, appreciate the visit. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
And if there's
That went
anything
fast
else
today.
I know it is. It's 5 till 8 already.
Wow.
It's you talk about ham and bad people and time flies.
Got it.
Thank you, Judy. We'll
Thank
see
you, sir.
next time.
God bless.
You too. It is 7:54. Let us pause for news.
For your Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Cirillo.